Hello, and welcome to another West March Guys live stream. I'm your host, AJ, the DM, and these are my lovely players tonight. Say hi, players.
Hi, players.
Hello.
Glad that'll stick. So, thank you for joining us. Yes, we're doing back-to-back sessions, so we are just going to dive right into it. Sponsored by Power Up the Band. Go check out their new vinyls because they're sick. There's 3 of them. Get all 3 because you're, an actual fan. And sponsored by McCarthy Farms. So with that being said, let's pick up where we left off. You guys just kind of minding your own business, sailing a rebel fleet towards Eden to liberate it from the fog, happened to run into a little bit of a snag with regards to the weather. It seemed a little weird at first, but you let it, as it progressed, you were surprised by news of one of your ships being sunk in the middle of this storm. And through some more investigation and questioning, you started to develop your own theories about who may have caused this, landing on it must be someone who has access to druidic magic, who can wild shape, and you guys trailed that back to eventually finding yourselves on the Gilded Lily. Trail of clues led you to vine cocoons, where you learned that this druid is a wood elf, male, fairly healthy build with some tattoos. And then you had a nice good old fight with Cliff, where you quickly dispatched with all of his crew, captured him, they surrendered, and you guys found your way to the captain's quarters, where Finn decided to eliminate any possible threat within it with a quick fireball, just killing a familiar that was intended to bring instructions and information back to hopefully probably Thaddeus. But even so, you guys were able to explore and figure out, well, not explore and figure out, to find more notes. You completely destroyed his desk, but you now have him captured. You're on top of the Gilded Lily. Sheila has hit her arms wrapped around this dude, and I believe the next course of action was to bring him in front of Nostradamus himself to allow him to pass judgment. So as you guys stand there, rain pouring down onto this deck, what are you guys doing? The crew that has surrendered is nervously looking right at you guys to see what you're going to do next.
Sheila, do you want to stay here and make sure the ship stays in tip-top shape, if you know what I mean?
I mean, I think I can do that. And she looks around and like, she's holding the dude. She goes, I think I can do that. Who's going to hold this guy?
I think Finn can maybe.
Yeah, I'll grab him. You mind tying him up first?
Yeah, I mean, one sec. She just reels back and just clocks this dude in the back of the head, and you watch his head just go. Ta-da! Who's got rope? There is almost an eager member of the gold sales comes up and is like, "Here, I would be a pleasure." He's got a smile on his face as he hands you a big coil of rope. Julia, you're able to use that to bind his hands and his feet, and however else you would like to.
Yeah, make a good old hog tie.
So with that, he is unconscious and tied up.
Cool. All right. See you at the ship, and Julia will jump and turn into a whale into the ocean and start making her way towards the. What is it? Whatever guild. Fuck.
You're gonna go to the Widowmaker.
Yeah, that ship.
All right. So as you're going to jump into the water, Phantasma and Etrian both go. Yeah, that's fine. Etrian, do you mind staying with Sheila just in case? He goes, Yeah, I don't mind. We'll catch up. And he kind of like goes to kind of like buddy up with Sheila as they're kind of hanging out now in with like right around the central mask. Phantasma's gonna dive into the water and wild shape into a killer whale to join you, Julia. Finn, what are you
All right.
doing?
I'm just gonna grab them and fly over them.
All right, so just roll me a strength saving throw, or just roll me a strength check out of your modifier as you start to fly towards it. Just because, I mean, he's like a little bit bigger than you. Oh,
Yep.
what? Chat hidden.
Uh,
Little one, hold on.
That was a
I'm gonna
5.
notice. I'm gonna notice that he's struggling a little bit, and I'll jump into the air and grab onto the guy's leg.
All right, so
Fly with him.
unfortunately, Nocton Magmore, you were left at the Terror of the Deep, so they have to come pick you up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Apologies.
I knew I wasn't there, so I haven't said anything.
Yeah, Magmore, you've just been kind of chilling, trying to fill your time with whatever you can because it's boring as shit with everyone gone. But Finn, I'll allow you to roll it again as you go to pick him up and you go to fly, and it just immediately slips out of your grasp.
All right, I have a backup plan if this doesn't work.
Okay, just
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
doesn't work.
you're waiting, like the rope is just fucking so slippery. Like, there's no way I'm carrying this dude like
All right,
this.
so can I still turn into a whale?
Yeah, I believe you can.
All right, then I'm going to just from the air turn into a whale, open my mouth, and like go to put him in my mouth.
Okay, all right. So I will allow you to do that as you kind of just huck him over the side. He splashes in the water, and then you transform into a whale, and immediately engulf him into your mouth as you dive down into the water. You return yourselves with Julia and the rest of them. Move you guys towards the.
I feel like Finn's like trying to pick him up and trying to pick him up and keeps slipping. He's like, God damn it, fine.
Yeah, he's like it's like I think he's oiled up or something. So you guys can make your way towards the Widowmaker. Finn, from your memory of the map that you saw from Barnaby, you would know that he's on the innermost middle section of their little like fleet. So it'd take you around 45 minutes to swim there. You guys, as you approach, it looks like they are also dealing with massive heavy rainfall. Their all of their sails have been like completely drawn down, and as you guys approach, you can breach the water, and you guys just hop it on. It's gonna drop shape.
Yeah, probably drop shape in the water, and then like hand him off to Sheila. No, wait, no, Sheila's still on the boat.
Yeah, Sheila and Etrian are on
Uh.
the Lily keeping shit straight.
So hand him off to Julia and Phantasma and fly up real quick and just be like, "It's us. We're coming up. Just
Okay.
don't kill us."
Shoot us, please.
Julia, you're sitting there as you and Phantasma are bobbing there. You finally hear him.
She's just gonna dunk his head underwater for a minute. Yeah, so you're gonna be calm and collected.
It's just his black hair is just covering his face. He's like almost eating it. He's like, "Fur."
Okay.
You won't mind throwing the ladder down for my compatriots?
Absolutely. We'll go grab Nostradamus.
Good
Coming
plan.
down, and they just throw this rope ladder as it hits the ground. The captain's door swings open to a nice golden, Nostradamus. Captain Finn, to what do I owe the soaking wet pleasure?
Well, could be pleasure, could be not so much. I got 2 compatriots in tow, and we've got a trader who's a
His
bit
head
tied
turns-
up.
His
Might
head
need,
turns
might
to
need some
side,
help.
almost oddly like exactly like the Crow before you nuked it. He goes, "A traitor? Bring him forth.
I might need some help lifting him up.
Phantasma's just here. Let's Phantasma roll. Not her strongest.
This is gonna be hilarious.
All right, she's got it. She's got it. She's
Okay.
like wrapped her hand into like underneath his, so she's like really. She's like, Jesus Christ, you are fat as shit, and just like throws
Julia's
him over.
trying to help, but not doing
Yeah,
anything.
it's like,
Yeah, Finn's like try to lift him up by like the belt.
grab this piece of shit, as she like just throws him over. The rest of the guys like grab him by the back of his his shirt and just huck him onto the top of the deck. His face bounces off of the wood. He just is laying there with Nostradamus standing there. You guys are looking at Cliff sit there, and like his head starts to like raise up and look in Nostradamus' direction as you hear the like heavy footsteps and then the slow grinding sound of a sword being unsheathed. As you guys look up, Nostradamus is sitting there with his extravagantly golden and platinum longsword looming above Cliff's. Goes, stand. He goes to struggle. He can't. A couple gold sales go to try and help him. He points his sword right and goes, you fucking touch him, you're dying with him. Immediately they stop, and he eventually like Cliff, he like somehow is able to get himself one knee. He like slams his head up against the railing, holds himself up, and finally rights himself. His black hair covering one side of his face, arms exhausted, and Nostradamus, that's maybe 3 feet away from him. I want to hear exactly how you betrayed us. As he holds the sword right underneath his chin, pulls it up. And you better not leave a fucking thing out. Don't die a coward. He looks up. He's going to make an intimidation check. Nice. So, I'm not even going to roll because there's no way he's going to beat that. So, he starts pissing himself. None of we can really see because it's raining. I speak or lose your tongue. I harbored the enemy. They came aboard my ship. They demanded that I write down information about the fleet. I did. I told him that we were headed towards Eden. Look at me. As he, look at me! As his head finally looks up. That was the last thing. That was the last good thing you're ever going to do. Now kneel. He steps backwards as Cliff sort of like looks around. He doesn't do it fast enough, so Nostradamus just with the fat end of his sword smacks him across the face, rips 2 lines across it as he like slams down, falls onto the ground, and like sort of like is sitting there bleeding onto the ground. He's like, on your knees. He's barely is able to scramble up. He holds his sword above his neck. Cliff Stevens, for the punishment of being a traitor, I summon you to death. You do not get any last words. Befit a traitor. And quickly, almost in like a flash of lightning, he raises it up and brings it down. The head, in slow motion, stays there for maybe but a second as the blood seeps down and he just slowly his body quickly follows. As he holds his bloody platinum sword up, he points it to the entire crowd. He goes, and let it be known, anybody who decides to betray this cause or this fleet will meet the same punishment. Go tell the weak, if they so choose to, they may leave or fucking die. And he just turns to look at you, Finn. Thank you. Can we speak in my quarters?
Yeah, of course.
Takes his little little sash and like wipes off the blood, sheathes his sword, lumbers with him in front, with you behind, into his captain's quarters. Finn, you and Julia and Phantasma hear the door and the sounds of the rain all but disappear. The interior of his captain's quarters, I don't believe you've been in it before. It is very utilitarian, but well built of very nice materials. Everything has a purpose, everything has a place, and nothing is over decorated by any means. He sits behind a simple, humble, rectangular desk with a bunch of scrolls, ink, a couple booze bottles, candelabras that have candles that have burned down after many, many hours at night. He lumbers to his seat and just falls into it. And you can almost feel the weight of the ship sink just a little bit as he takes this big sigh of just maybe relief, satisfaction, as he goes to grab one of the dark whiskey bottles, take a big gulp. So, report.
You're gonna need a new captain for that ship.
I don't have one in mind, do you?
No, but after we had to plow through about a third of the crew on that ship, the other 2/3 gave him up handily. So I think we're all right on that front.
Well, I will oversee their ship for the time being until we can find a suitable replacement. I think Ishtar might have somebody in mind she's been meaning to promote.
Works for me. One of our ships was capsized due to the enemy that Cliff was harboring. He was harboring some kind of a druidic person who came down on that one ship, like kind of like when Phantasma and Etrian came down on Thaddeus the last time we did that.
So we're dealing with someone who is very powerful.
More powerful than Phantasma, yes.
Excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt. I would say he's on par with my skill level.
You literally said he was more powerful than you.
She should look at you. Why?
Okay, fine. He's on par with her. He just has more abilities than her. And probably more experience and is a little bit more powerful. But he's on par.
We will find out who he is, and I'm getting stronger by the day. Thank you.
No, I know you are. That's fine. I'm
This-
sure, and I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's actually getting weaker by the day.
Quiet! This is too much chit chat. I'd like to get to the brass, the bare bones of this. So we're dealing with a high powered druid. Have we located them? Do we know where they went? Are they still here?
Last we tracked it was to the Gilded Lily, and all we were able to find there was some kind of a familiar, which was dispensed with, but
Well, that's good.
he was in the lower quarters of the Gilded Lily, and he had these like vine things that were creating cocoons around members of your crew.
I have.
I don't even understand. Only one person survived it. There was several that were entombed.
This is bad. We need to schedule a meeting with all of the captains, and we need to reevaluate and reassess what we're doing. I fear for another attack if we cannot locate this individual.
I also fear for another attack. I think Thaddeus already knew that we were coming to Eden, so I'm not particularly worried about him knowing that.
That I wasn't worried about at all.
I don't like him knowing our formations.
Yes, that is actually, now that I think of it, fairly concerning. Do we know of the scope of how much he has seen?
We don't.
That is-
Actually, Julia, you went through his paperwork. Do you happen to find anything?
From Clifton or from Cliff's paperwork, nothing of note or
Not yet. You haven't
Yeah.
been able to actually dive into the notes to be able to find anything.
unfortunately, it was a little disorganized when I got to it. So,
Yeah, sorry about that.
but I,
Well,
I
you
will
need-
get through it.
Please do that very quickly. But we need to. I will inform my men to be on high alert. Are we still remaining stagnant for the time being?
For the time being, I would give it the day and then we go. There's something happening with the storm above us. It's not a natural storm, but
The
it
men
doesn't
too.
it doesn't appear to be actively targeting us at the moment.
It seems
So
to be covering us completely. I can't make which way is the way out.
yeah,
He like leans over and like looks out one of the portholes. He's like,
yeah, there's some arcane weird shit happening above us, and I'm not entirely sure. I actually flew up there and looked at it, and I'll just to put it bluntly, it's 3 pairs of gigantic, gargantuan hands up there puppeteering this storm in a very bizarre way, and I can't make heads or tails of it. Never
This-
seen something like this before in my life.
his eyes go wide for a second. More bad news. This may sound stupid. Have we attempted to try and dispel the storm? Is
I
there a way for us to do that?
I wouldn't even begin to know how to do that.
Okay, so that's off the table.
And we can't just try to outrun it because the Blue Crest currently has no sails. They're trying to fix that due to the
How did that happen?
druid attacks. They were attacked with hail.
Great. Well, at least we know what to look out for, hopefully.
Oh yeah, keep an eye out for whales. Well, there's good whales, but keep an eye out for a whale with green eyes.
If I may interrupt, that's actually part of my plan. I'm going to need to touch base with all of our friendly whales because I believe that we could gain more information about his whereabouts. Maybe they saw, because the reason that we saw where he came from first was one of my whales. So maybe the other one saw something. So maybe I was going to at least be able to figure that out. And right after this conversation.
Perfect. But yeah, keep an eye on the intermast. We'll keep in touch as we get more information.
All right.
Perhaps once we get out of this storm, we should have a summit of some sort to
I agree.
figure out a new formation.
A conversation needs to be had. So I will inform my men, get us under control, and I will await your message.
Sounds good.
Guys,
As for right now, I would not break formation because this storm could be a ploy to get us to do that and single us out.
Yeah, if anything, if I was going to use this storm offensively, that's exactly what I would do. So we will be careful.
All right, whale time.
Good luck. Who did you say is currently in charge of the Gilded Lily?
Well, currently Sheila and Etrian are over there, which I'm sure they're scaring the pants off of them, but
She is the large one.
yes.
I like her. I'm okay with that.
There was the one survivor of the vine tombs, who maybe we can put her in charge. I don't remember her name. Does anybody remember her name?
I wrote it down.
It's a pretty normal name. I don't remember.
It's with the G.
Gina,
maybe-
maybe?
I don't know how you I just guessed at how you spell it.
Jezebel.
Yeah, it starts with a J. My bad.
I was just saying, it's not a
Jezebel,
G.
yes.
Yeah, I'm bad at spelling. Can you tell?
Jezebel, you know who you familiar with Jezebel?
Not a clue.
All right, so maybe not her then. I don't know.
A lot of individuals in my fleet.
Do you want us to take anybody back there?
If you could take me back, that would be excellent.
You ever go for a 3-mile ride in a whale's mouth?
I don't believe I want to.
All right, so I don't know how to get you back there, but we can certainly figure it out.
Is there a way for me to ride on your back?
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that too.
I would like that a little bit more.
All right.
All right. And when you take him back there, I'm just gonna go break off and talk to the whales. Okay?
All right, yeah, you do that.
Sarah?
Yeah, I'll see you back there.
Okay. All right.
Want me to tell Etrian anything? You gonna be home for dinner?
No, I mean obviously I'll be home for dinner.
Oh,
Sound like-
speaking of home for dinner, Ishkar says hi. Well, she said something like she hates you and you're an idiot or something, but it was like playful.
That fucking woman. Did she look like she had everything under control? Is everything set over there?
Yeah, I had delivered her a troop of acrobats, and she seemed to not know entirely what to do with them, but I'm sure she'll get them into whatever position they need to be in.
She's very creative. I'm sure she's got them whipped into shape already.
Who doesn't want acrobats? Everyone wants acrobats. I want an acrobat.
I'd rather have a swordsman.
Yeah, but you can always use one acrobat. Like what? It's like Ocean's 11, baby.
What? There's 9 oceans. What are you talking
Ocean's
about?
9. Yeah, that's what I meant. Anyway, all right. I'll be in the water.
Okay. So he's like, I will see you down there. 1 second. He's gonna go turn to and find his first mate, put him in charge, and then is going to yell at the men. You guys are already in the water, so you can't really hear most of it. You just hear a bunch of curse words that sound like threatening. And then not in his full armor or anything. He's got this sort of like half plate like mariners armor, mariners, I can't say that word, where it kind of has this like scale look to it, but it looks like this one's meant maybe for a little bit more mobility. As he descends the ladder and kind of situates himself on your giant fucking whale body, and then just like kind of gives you like a little tap tap. So with that, you guys are able to actually, let's do this. The seas are kind of turbulent. Finn, can you roll me roll me a dexterity save with advantage, as Nostradamus is not great at riding a whale, and you're gonna try and keep him on your back. God damn it! So unfortunately, like you're like halfway, and then all of a sudden, like a wave gets really big, and you try to go up with it, but you just time it a little bad, and a giant wave just hits him right in the fucking face, and slides right down the backside of you, and you lose him for a second. Now just kind of like floating there in this turbulent water, like looking all sort of discombobulated. And you're gonna have to like come around, and how are you gonna like get him back up?
I'm gonna open my mouth and put him in my fucking mouth.
So as you like line yourself up and start to open your mouth, you see him just he's like, no, no,
Can
no,
Julia
no.
try and like swoop him up, like scoop him up, like go under and try and like pick him up on her back before that?
You can if you want. He's like swimming away. Roll me a roll me an athletics check.
Oh boy. There we go.
Contested with Finn.
Yeah, contested with Finn.
Yeah, I was gonna say my athletics is a +5,
I
so
was hoping for
Oh,
dexterity.
no. All right. So what's gonna happen is you're just like you're not fast enough, and then all of a sudden you see his jaws clamp down. You're speeding so fast, however, Finn, you feel a whale just come slam into your left side. You roll a con save to keep him in your mouth.
16.
And you can feel him. He's like pounding on your tongue. You're like you have to like use it and press him up against the roof of your mouth just to hold him in place. But you're keep him down until you finally can make your way. Like he eventually gives up after like 20 minutes and realizes that he can't win.
That's
But you
fine.
can
It's comfortable in there.
breach the water. It's climate controlled.
Yeah.
And you breach the water towards the Gilded Lily. Sheila is just standing there, kind of like looking around the inner mast. Etrian notices you first and kind of waves at you guys as you can reform into shape. The ladder falls down, and Nostradamus can climb his way on up to the Gilded Lily. As he feet step down, it is so dead silent. Nobody's even moving a muscle as he's just like, it's almost the best way I can describe it is it's a pro wrestler before a fight. He's just sitting there like shoulders huge, just walking and just mean mugging every single crew member that's on the ship with his hand on his hilt. Finally, as he finishes his little circle and like leans up to the mast, he looks over at Sheila and goes, "I've got this." Sheila kind of just slides on over to you guys. Now, I want you all to know Captain Cliff is dead. Justice served by my own blade. And I know there are probably some supporters of his that are still lurking about this ship. So I am going to give you 3 options. You can either give up this silly little dream of betraying the strongest naval fleet I've ever fucking seen. You can run away like a fucking coward. Or you can die right here, right now. He pulls his blade out, still a little bit bloodstained, as he points it around the crowd and goes, "Now what say you?" Just the rain is dancing off of this blade. It's almost like it hits it and it glows with like this bright light for a second and it falls like a spark. As they all kind of just like throw their hands on their chest, and goes, "Good. We'll see if that actually holds. Now get this fucking place up. Or clean this fucking place up." As he like looks over at you guys and goes, "We're good."
All right. Did you want to ride back, or are you gonna stay here for a while?
I'm gonna stay here.
All right.
I'm gonna go see what the captain's quarters looks like.
Yeah, it's not great. Sorry.
Why?
Uh,
Never
Bye.
mind.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you guys are like you leave him as he's like his hand is on the the door handle, and as you jump over the side, he opens it and goes, "What the?" But you like you hit the water, transform back into whales, and you guys can make your way towards the terror of the deep.
we gotta go back to the Blue Crest because we have
It's true.
somebody there. Who do we still have there?
No one.
No, no,
We're good.
everyone went with you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought we left somebody there. Okay.
The other
Will-
captain's there, but that's probably
Yeah,
the best
Will
place
is
for him.
Oh,
Right.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be for I think like a 4-hour swim
Oh, fine.
to get all the way back to the terror of the deep.
Yeehaw.
You're gonna be stopping by. Oh wait, no, sorry, you're at the. Oh no, because you went back to Gilded Lily. So you're gonna be stopping by Captain Bryden and one of the other captains, Captain Riley of the Collider. Would you like to make a stop, or are you heading straight towards the terror?
I'm
Right.
thinking let's actually go Flight of the Monarch first, and then just do stop at all of the ships on the way back.
Okay, so you're at the Gilded Lily, so you're gonna go Flight of the Monarch. Okay, on Harpy. Okay, perfect. That'll take a better part of the day.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So you actually hold on. Let me retrace what time it should be. You guys woke up. You went to go see the Skylancers. You brought them back. That like around lunchtime. Like you waited for Phantasma to come back. That was like 3 hours. So that's mid-afternoon. So you would notice that it's starting to get like, I mean, sundown is like just starting to happen. So it's like it's getting pretty late. So this will take you into the wee hours of the morning to do all of these, but you can't.
I was gonna say let's just go until like we start to get tired, and then I'll just circle us back to the Terror from
Okay.
whichever ship we happen to be on.
All right, so it's about 7, so it'll be like 8, 9, 10. I say you're gonna get to the Cheap Trick by 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
All right, yeah. So we'll just teleport from the Cheap Trick.
Okay, cool. So you stop by the Flight of the Monarch. It looks like they all look like they're like at least somewhat there. No damage to the ship. The hold on, let me see. Obviously forget who all these captains are. So it looks like a fairly like beefed and buff turtle gets to the edge of this cabin and he starts waving you guys as you're passing by. You head up towards the Unbridled Harpy, which is that was Captain Lawrence's ship, but it's now captained by. Okay, guys, who's the captain of the new captain of the Unbridled Harpy? Can I have the first name of a female elf? No, sorry. Let's do female dragonborn.
Xanax.
Okay, I get a last name.
Zoloft.
There we go.
Okay, so what color is her scales? White.
Yes.
White or blue.
All right,
for
so she's
sure.
a white dragonborn named Xanax Zoloft. I'll say she's a fairly wiry creature. As she gets to the deck, like this like really lanky limb just kind of like waves at you guys again. You guys like try to ask like which way is the Cheap Trick. They point you in that direction, so you head off to the Cheap Trick eventually. At first, I mean, it's like since the sun has basically already set, it's like pitch black now, lit by the moon and the stars only. So you're a little bit taken by surprise, but eventually the captain, Bryden, will kind of like scurry on out of his captain's quarters in what you can only assume are his jammies. As he looks over at you guys and kind of just like nods and goes, What are you guys doing here?
I
I think we lost Finn.
Yeah, he might have froze. Checking in and going home. How's everything going?
Good. We're all buttoned down here. It's nice to have a little reprieve from the rain.
Is it not raining now?
So it's lightly raining. So like it's sort of like misting around currently. But over at the Unbridled Harpy, it was raining. That's how chaotic it is when you like move around in this storm.
Interesting. Noted. All right. Yeah, I think
Are you coming aboard? Or are you just stopping by?
we just need your deck to cast a spell.
Well, come on up. We'll drop a ladder. You guys are able to climb on up. You get to the top of the deck. Everyone, there's not a lot of people on the main deck since it's like been wet and rainy and nobody wants to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
But a few who came to see you guys up, kind of are gonna follow you guys as you guys get to greet Captain Bryden. Well, here's my deck.
It's a very nice deck.
Yeah, we keep it really clean. Is this all, or actually, wait, and he's like rubs his eyes and starts to remember. He goes, wait a minute, what happened? What happened with the ship?
We explain it all.
Rain never checked in, so he's just sitting there going, he's like, oh, when is our captain's meeting?
Tomorrow.
We should have one tomorrow.
Once we're out of the rain.
I'm afraid we might have to move for that.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that too.
All right, we'll go get some sleep. Check in tomorrow. Look for the intermast. I'll be up early.
I might. I've been swimming for a long time, so.
Yeah, you guys are like pretty, like it's been too long of a day. But Finn, how are you? Are you teleportation circle or just teleporting? No,
Yeah, we're gonna teleportation circle.
Well, yeah. So it starts to gunk up on your chalk, but you're luckily able to get a nice teleportation circle bed down. I'd say like it normally has like a nice clean fuse spark. It almost has like this sort of like like Kylo Ren chaos, and it's like and it's igniting because it's wet. So it's like and eventually you guys are abruptly thrown like to the side, not up, as you guys find yourself back at the terror of the deep.
Oh, that one was worse than most. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Noted.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Hey, where you been?
Oh, you guys are awake. Good. I'm going to bed.
So Nocton and Magmore, while you were gone, Phantasma would have come around like dinner time, and she will have given you guys pretty much like the complete lowdown of what happened.
Okay.
So you guys are pretty much brought up to speed with like all the way up until the conversation with Nostradamus. So
Are you
guys,
sure we could explain it again?
Yeah.
As you guys finally kind of pour into the terror, Phantasma's waiting along with the rest of them. Well, it's so good to see you. Run into any trouble? What took you so long?
We had to fight a dragon.
It was
No, you didn't.
pretty
No, I
difficult. not for
Well,
fun.
you guys should get settled in before you go to bed. I have news.
Good news?
I don't know. No. It's
You would have said good news. You just said news. That's
not
fair.
good.
Yeah.
So please just get situated, and fuck it, I'll just tell you. So we lost a whale. I
Like-
think
Like
Not that many.
can't find him?
I think and suspect that he may have been a casualty of this druid. And
Is there a possibility that he was the druid the entire time?
No, I have a very thorough vetting process, and he would have. I mean, that is a long con. I mean, possibly, but I don't think so. I mean, It was,
I mean, my understanding of Thaddeus is that he is a patient person.
he would have had to. I mean, I was with him for so long. He would have had to unwild shape, and then I would have seen that.
Understood.
I feel very strongly that he wasn't, but it was one of the ones that was also very close to the back of the line, the SS Blue Crest. So she goes, "This guy, no more." So if you're looking at it, it kind of seems like this is the line he made. Oh god damn it! It's not a line, dude. Freehand. That seems to be his trajectory that we know of.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming it's only an assumption that he came from the Gilded Lily, hit the Wet Willy, and then on his escape, he must have run into Rio.
Can we contact the Rebel Vanguard, the Emerald Hammer, and the Sunrise Delight, and just let them know that he? I don't know if he may be coming by them or has gone by them, and maybe they might not know.
We should tell all of the captains to make sure that they have night watch on all of their ships.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like the vine things that entombed those poor souls on the Gilded Lily, just to make sure that has not happened on any of the other ships.
Yeah, hold on. I will make a quick call.
Yeah, cool, thank you.
She's gonna run over and she's gonna disappear out of sight to start sending a message to all the other captains that they need to start being a little bit more vigilant tonight and what they're dealing with.
Check underneath the bunks, please.
Also, is there a time they're asking about the captain's meeting?
Oh my God! All right, yeah, in the morning, I guess.
I'm going to call you in the morning, captain's meeting. Don't worry, just stay alert. Okay, they got this. Ooh, I pooped.
Actually, how soon can rain stop moving?
Rain, Captain Rain. No, Bryden, Rain. Thank you. Rain. How sooner can you get going? She says, probably 7 to 8 hours.
All right, then everyone stop moving in 7 to 8 hours. Let's say, you know what? Let's say 10 hours just to be safe.
All right, so
In 10 hours, we all stop moving again.
Do you like help them move it along faster?
I don't know how can we?
if you guys wanted to go over and try and help like patch up their sails, you can.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
they have
like,
somebody
extract
who is able
process
to
or
mend
not.
on board?
They have to mend for massive sails. So they're doing the best they can while still like keeping it like relatively intact. So yes, they're working, but yeah, I mean, many hands make things quicker. So you could throw more warm bodies at the problem to help speed it along if you wanted.
Send the flight of the Monarch back to help them. We can't go all the way back there right now.
Did you hear that, Rain? No, of course you didn't. I'm so stupid. Get the flight of the Monarch, bring them back, and have them help you mend. How fast could you do it then? She says 4 hours.
So
All right, then we leave. Then we leave in 6.
All right, captains, we leave. We start moving towards Eden with 6 hours. Do not fuck this up. Good night.
Keep also maybe keep a tighter formation. Maybe 2 miles between everyone instead of 3.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So tighter formation. We need to button up to at least. Don't cut it in half. Try to stay like 2 miles out. We're going to see each other, but we're going to be safe. Right. Move quick. Anything?
No, I think that's it. It's like close enough where we can help each other, but far enough where one spell isn't gonna affect 2 ships.
Yeah. All right, we're good. I trust you, captains. Good luck. She takes her hand off. Okay, so I already told my whales to start hugging the perimeter of this place, and they're going to be on high alert for any foreign creatures. So we at least have something going on with that.
And Nocton, what did you tell your whales?
Excuse me.
I'm just kidding. All right. I'm going to bed.
If I had sufficient supplies, I could certainly fabricate some sort of facsimile.
Okay, perfect.
Mechanical whales. Yes, perfect. Yeah, we should do
Except
that.
It wouldn't be a whale. It'd be some kind of freaking abomination, and we all know it.
No,
Well,
this might be
what-
a good idea though. If we
We're
I
gonna
cannot
try-
tell if you are attempting to personally offend me or
No,
if you
no,
are
it's-
attempting to make a joke.
It's just your style. I've come to notice.
But what
You
if
all
we,
realize we're traveling in a mechanical whale.
but what if we made one that looked like the druid with like green glowing eyes, and then we could sneak up to Thaddeus?
Oh my god.
But first we have to find where he is.
Well, there's
No, it
also-
doesn't matter. He's as long as he's somewhere else, we just swim up. They'll think it's him, and then boom, it explodes.
Nocton is furiously like scribbling on a like schematic of
Yeah.
the Terror of the Deep, and you see him like adding a whale tail and
That'd be fucking cool. All right, I am going to go to bed.
Yeah, what I need is a long rest.
I suggest you all do the same. See you guys bright and early.
Give me that long
The
rest
rest
button.
is- everyone starts to go to bed.
Starts.
I do before.
Nope.
Hello?
No,
Huh?
I think we're good. Give me that button.
Long
What-
rest, baby.
Oh yeah, all right. So you guys go to sleep. You wake up the next day, 8 hours.
Hey,
You are already moving.
True
Uh,
fantasy.
You're absolutely well rested. Well, I mean, physically, mentally, I don't know how you guys are taking things, but you guys wake up with the Terror and the rest of the fleet moving in a much tighter formation. I'll have to change all these fucking things to 2 miles, but I'm not doing that right now. 'cause it's moving. But you know what? Fuck it.
it's fine. We know what you mean.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Plus, if you start doing that, we're just gonna then change it back to 3 miles and like.
We're also probably gonna switch screens at some point, I imagine. So
And the funny thing is that as you guys like wake up and start to like pour into the main deck of the ship, and I don't know if you guys are grabbing coffee or breakfast, but Phantasma's already up, and Fit, as you pass by, she's smiling. Goes, "Morning. I hope you're awake.
I am quite.
I had
Why?
We should move the Terror of the Deep much further away from the rest of the fleet.
And why?
Because if he's here, he's swimming around, and we keep the Terror close by, he might see it. Hear me out. We're already going to be primarily teleporting the ships in case of an emergency.
Yep.
So wouldn't it make sense to distance ourselves so that just in case we are not spotted?
Yes, but we can only teleport so much, and in the case of an emergency, if we need to get back to the Terra, or if we need to leave the Terra, then we should be at least somewhat near.
it also stands to reason that if he believes that the main formation is in a regular area, we are already sort of ahead of a circular formation.
I'm just concerned about our one ace in the hole being found.
Who's to know he didn't already figure it out?
I'm trying to assume that he didn't.
If
All right.
he realizes that we magically disappear every once in a while, then he probably assumes that we have some other vessel.
All right, what are you thinking? 10 miles ahead?
Just some distance where he would have to go way out of his way to find us.
All right, 10 miles it is.
Just it makes look. It's thinking about better safe than sorry. I was up all night trying to figure it out, and this is what I've got. All right. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for. Please tell me if I'm being outlandish, but it just seems like the safe thing to do.
But how low are we right now?
I mean, how low did you want to be? Like, I assumed that you guys were like, you kept probably like an 80 to 100 foot depth between you and the surface.
All right, double it.
Absolutely. And
Double the depth. Stay 10 miles forward. Slightly west.
as you guys start to feel the submarine lurch forward, as you have told Talon to start getting ahead of the fleet. Gonna take you a little bit, but you are now distancing yourself for safety reasons. So now, with that, what do you guys want to do? The day is yours. You are headed towards there, so you are gonna still be 7 days away. So it's gonna be back over here. Magmore, we should probably tell the Vasundu fleet that we're leaving and that he can move again.
Copy that.
All right, yeah.
Oh, what level spell is that?
Sending.
3. Okay. So I'm just letting them know it's like time to head out.
That is just, I mean, I would just tell them that the fleet is now sailing towards Eden once again.
Hey,
That we're 7 days out.
the fleet's starting to sail again. We're about 7 days out. See you there.
All right, so there's a brief pause, and then you feel a rush of warm air hits your ear, and you hear, "Excellent. We will shut out momentarily. Please tell Captain that we are well, and the weather is good."
Copy that. They are well and the weather is good, Finn.
Oh, sure, brag about it, why don't you?
Yeah, they're leaving momentarily.
All right. So that's set in motion. Now what?
All right, I guess we have to have a captain's meeting.
Ah, yes.
I don't want to do this.
So
This
what
is
exactly are you guys gonna talk about?
I don't know.
People want. What are we? What is the next course of action? So, are we still heading to Eden? Are we spreading out? Are we stopping? These are things that the rest of the captains want to know to make sure that all of our options have been considered.
All right, everyone, hands on the mast. This is our meeting and their meeting at the same time.
All right, so everyone, if you would like to, you can put your hand on the inner mast, and I'm connected to the little network you got. Rise and shine. You have to be talking the whole time for it to be lit up. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody awake?
See, I didn't know that. Maybe that's why Nostradamus wasn't answering before.
Yeah, Finn, you're starting to put together now that when the inner mast is blinking, it's like it's not a standard like whoom, whoom. It's like whoom, whoom, whoom. So like it kind of matches the pattern of a voice you're like putting together.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense because I was just touching it and I was assuming that people would answer and nobody answered. So like,
There you go. You gotta talk on the walkie.
oh, right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Hello, welcome. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, yeah, we're all here.
Everyone's here?
We're
And
all
then
here.
well, we can do the check-in one by one, and then I'm gonna be like, "All right, captains, we're gonna have a captains meeting. Um, but since you know who can't hear me saying this, we're not gonna change anything. We're gonna keep 2 miles apart from everybody. We're gonna continue what we're doing exactly the same way, but we're gonna have a meeting where we're gonna change all the plans. But we're not gonna actually change any of the plans. So in case he's scrying on us, he'll hear us changing all the plans, but nothing will actually change. Everyone
Oh.
cool?
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up. Nostradamus's voice is finally on the mic. Yeah, no, all
Yeah,
clear.
you don't have to repeat that. Nobody who is able to be scried upon right now, repeat that. We're gonna have a meeting. Everyone think of your wildest fucking plans. We'll go with the craziest one, but nothing is actually going to change.
All right. Sounds good.
All right,
So
where are we meeting? Cheap Trick?
sounds good to me. Yeah, that's fine. I can accommodate. It's still raining over here. How are you guys? Still raining, obviously. But it looks like it's starting to loosen up in some pockets. Yeah, don't worry. Nope, it's back.
Finn's gonna look out the porthole and be like, "Yeah, it's dark."
Yeah, I mean, you were. I would say that as you're like kind of trying to pay attention to the ship and how it's moving, it does feel a little bit less turbulent. But as you got as you guys are trying to pay attention to that, so anything else that we're gonna do?
Unless anybody has any specific ideas, I suppose we can talk about them right now. This can be our real captain's meeting.
Well, Adrian kind of chimes in. Let me get back to what they're all gonna say. Well, I'm gonna second the Captain Finn's plan. I think this is the best course of action. I think stopping is exactly what he wants us to do. And I think that's the smartest thing. You're gonna hear bum, 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 bum. Captain Riley, the dwarf, is gonna second Captain Adrian after he says that, and then you're gonna hear Nostradamus also go, I also believe that's what he wants. But if we could, I think it would be wise to maybe figure out a maybe patrolling sort of tactic where we could send out a small fleet to explore the surrounding areas just in case things are lurking around. That's, Nostradamus, no offense, that is a very good idea, but I did not recruit a whole pod of whales to just sit here idle. I'm going to have my whales and orcas do that for us. I plan on doing major sweeps, starting from the north quadrant and working counterclockwise all the way until we make a big circle while we're moving. So if you see any whales, I'm going to mark them with a very specific mark. If you see a whale that does not have a chalk or a white mark on its backside, start shooting it.
And this is extremely important. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about the mark on the back of the whale. Don't talk about why you have to target other whales. Don't talk about the fact that those whales are ours.
I think it goes without saying anything spoken about in this current conversation does not go outside of this conversation. Yeah, I hear you.
Just always assume that somebody is listening and watching. So the less information we can give out to anybody listening or watching, the better.
Roger that. I'm fine with that.
Also, just of note, Terror has moved position slightly. We're still within travel distance of the fleet.
Is there a reason for this? I don't
Oh.
feel very. Adrian is speaking up right now. I don't feel very comfortable with our strongest piece on the
Because
board
if
being so far away.
because if our enemy has taken the shape of a whale and is frequenting and is traveling around what it believes to be the fleet, we don't want it to find one ace in the hole.
Oh,
If anything happens, you can still contact us and we can still teleport to your location.
Bryden is gonna chime in. He's like, yeah, and they can fucking teleport. Come on, keep up, Adrian. I know you haven't been here for a while. He goes, fuck you too, Bryden. Well, if that's it, that is all I have to report. If again, if you see a whale without a mark, shoot it. So,
And also, Nostradamus, I'll be transporting another shipment of Golden Dawn to Eden later today.
which ship are you going to be taking it from? Mine.
You tell me which ship.
I will pull in a small garrison for you. How many men is it exactly?
Oh God, how many fits in the circle? I can do the 20-foot
20.
circle, so 20,
I-
20-ish.
Yeah, I'll get them ready. And again, if you have anything to report, anything suspicious at all, and make sure you're looking up too. This storm that we're in is not exactly natural. So keep your heads on a swivel, everybody.
Oh, real quick, before everyone goes, we're gonna have to start kind of reassigning which ships people are on, because some of these ships are gonna end up being scarcely manned. So
Would
just
you care
something to think about.
elaborate?
Hmm?
Would you care to elaborate on that?
I would not. Figure out what the least amount of people you need to man your ship, and who is the most essential on each ship, and I'll elaborate in the coming days.
All right, we'll trust you on this one, Captain. We'll take inventory and make sure that we get a list for you.
That would be actually amazing.
Well, anything else?
We're gonna
When will
win.
this fake meeting be taking place?
Oh yeah, I forgot we have to do that. I don't know, when can everyone get to the Cheap Trick?
Let's aim for dawn tonight. Okay. Yeah, we can
Dusk?
make that work. We can make that work too.
What? Oh, sorry, dusk, you mean?
Yeah, dusk. Sorry.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My
I
brain.
just didn't know if there was something I didn't know about, like
What time it was? Yeah, no, it's just me. Yeah. So let's go for dusk. Come, not distracted, but can't wait to hear your idiot fucking ideas.
All right, yeah, and if you all want to bring lists of your crew and their functions, that would be wonderful.
We'll get it done. We'll get it done.
And we can start taking a look at the chess pieces and where to place them on the board.
Sounds good to me. Likewise.
right. See you all tonight.
Stay vigilant. All right, bye. Yep, out, over and out. Yep, Roger. And then they all just kind of disappear from your heads as you all can take your hands off the intermast.
All right, Julia, I'm gonna need you to figure out who goes on what ship.
Yeah, once I have the list, I'll take care of it.
I figured, like you're the person. I'm sorry, I can't.
It's fine.
I can't deal with all the written words and bullshit.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
not
fine. I
proficient in
got it.
Excel.
Yeah, I'm not quite a reader.
You know, it's very good for you, Finn.
Yeah, I know. I read like warning signs and like
Okay.
names of boats.
Well, me and Adrian are going to make our rounds with the whales. We will check in if we have any information, but we will aim to be on Cheap Trick by dusk.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So they sort of kind of flirtily push their way through it into the airlock, and then they disappear upwards and then out, and then you watch them both having wild shaped into two killer whales. You see them disappear off, headed north, or actually, no, sorry, they'd be headed east. So, with that, now that you guys are all hanging out, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. What do you guys want to do? You have a whole day.
All right, so we need to move crews for Golden Dawn to Eden. We have fog spawns we're still supposed to kill. We have the meeting coming up. Those are your current things for today.
It's your
I'm s-
itinerary.
I'm so glad you keep a list. That's so helpful because I forgot half of that.
Just got like things. If you need to pencil anything in, just let me know.
I can move some stuff around.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all my secretaries, and it's wonderful.
Are you for hire in like real life? Just curious.
What's that?
So are you for hire in real life?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh. I thought you said, "Are you hard in real life?" And I was like, "Jesus."
also, that no. Just,
Oh yeah, baby.
I mean, he does go hard, so
Yeah. All right, so let's do this. You guys can let's take a little bit of an early break. I gotta pee. We can figure out what we want to do during that break, and then we'll come back at stream with the next course of action.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, all
So we'll
right.
see you guys soon.
peace.
So you going in? Well, you teleporting to Nostradamus first. Hello, welcome to another West Sports Guys live stream. I forgot we weren't even in like thing. So we were in the midst of planning exactly what we were gonna
You
do.
guys said you were ready.
Yeah. Well, I honestly I thought we were. So either way, welcome. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for tuning in. We are planning an excursion to Eden, where our lovely cast and crew of the Terror of the Deep is going to try and do some reconnaissance of the daisy chained like sort of fog network that exists like out a couple miles outside of the Eden Harbor. But first, you guys are going to go head over to Nostradamus' ship, the Widowmaker, and pick up 20 good, strong men and women. No one excluded. So you're teleporting, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna. Actually, how long would it take to get to the Widowmaker without teleporting?
Oh, hold on.
Now that we're 10 miles out, a little bit.
Yeah. I got the view here. 10 miles out. That's hour and a half.
It wakes up early.
Like 2 hours. So 2 hours from the Terror to the Collider. Then to get to the Widowmaker, it'd be another 1.5. So 3.5 hours to get all the way to the Widowmaker.
All right, let's
I
not
feel
do
like
that.
it's worth saving a spell slot.
You swimming?
Mm,
How long
Uh,
does True Sight last?
I can make it last for 2 hours. You would only have it for 1.
Yeah.
So then that wouldn't really work.
Well, we wouldn't cast it until we got there, but um, do. These people need a teleportation circle on their ships.
Yeah, they do.
Can we take the Terror?
I mean, you could. You never have, but you've always left it where it is. But you could turn it around and start heading it into the fleet.
How
Yeah,
long
'cause
would
it's like-
that take?
They're riding towards us, so we'd be cutting time significantly.
Yeah, I'd say you probably cut like a third off of it, so it'd be 2 hours instead of 3.
What time is it? 8 a.m.
Mhm.
Yeah, around there.
Got plenty of time. We'll take the terror. Save a spell slot.
Yeah, we should save a teleport.
Plus,
All right,
can't
so
we
you guys
make this thing go real fast, Nocton?
You can.
We can.
Let's
I
go.
mean, you can blow the engine too if you want. Let me go pull up.
That would not be necessary.
Shit.
I
What
thought that
was
was only if you really pushed it.
We're only going about 3/4 speed right now, I imagine.
Yeah, you guys are humming along at a nice, comfortable speed.
So probably half.
I would say if we're pacing with sailing ships, I imagine we're going pretty slow. But
Yeah. I have a calculator here somewhere.
Yeah, let's turn it around.
all right.
All right, so Tolland is going to. Fuck. Where are you? Aha. You can go. You can maintain full throttle like as fast as you can go for exactly 1 minute before the engine overheats, and you have to let it cool for an hour.
All right, so just shy of full throttle, right?
But it's really fast. Like we're talking like it's gonna throw everybody into the back wall.
Yeah. So we can go 75% and be pretty fast.
Yeah, like to put it in perspective, that would be like drag racing speed. So you guys can hop on and like start to like go a little bit faster. You knocked and you realize that you might have to dump maybe a 1 or 2 spell slots in it to make sure that it can like last for the next couple of days. But you can make that time up in about be nice and call it an hour and a half.
I can put one in
So-
it, so you don't have to do all of them.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh, I can put a spell slot in, so you don't have to burn all of them knocked on.
Excellent, much appreciated.
I never use this spell anyway.
Nice. All right, beautiful. So you guys can find the approximate of like where you think the Widowmaker ship is. So you are now about 200 feet beneath it. You guys get to the airlock. You tell Talon, Jeremy not to fuck everything up, and you guys are greeted with the nice, cool, slightly turbulent air as you guys can breach the water. And it looks like it's still raining, but it's a constant sort of light to medium rain. You're not in any sort of heavy sort of things that you were in yesterday. But you're waved at. Ladder is dropped. You guys climb on your way up and are greeted with a already set and ready to go garrison of 20 men with Nostradamus happily standing there with his arms crossed. Oh no, sorry, Nostradamus isn't on the ship, so it'd be the first mate. Can I have a mate? The name for his first mate? It's an Earth Ganassi.
Bilbo Baggins.
Okay. Bill.
No, Dilbo Baggins.
I was gonna go with Rocky, but yeah, I like.
So we're gonna go with Rocky Baggins. And he actually has like the stupid broken fat nose of a boxer and has like a little fat brow. What are you guys doing?
Has the tavern brawler
Hey.
feed.
My name's Rocky. You said you needed 20 men?
Sure did.
All right, well, here they are.
Did not expect you all to be ready yet, but that's awesome. That's amazing.
We at the Golden Dawn are always ready to go.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That's good. We're gonna take you over now.
All right, so you go ahead and are you doing it your little like mage hand sort of tactic like you did last time?
Yeah, I'm drawing one half while the mage hand is drawing the other half.
Beautiful. I will make you roll for it because you already did that once, so you're sort of well practiced. The rest of these men can apprehensively look at the circle, and then after they like kind of realize they're supposed to be in it, so they all kind of like will situate themselves rather cramped as you can get and find your spot, Finn, as you flick your wrists and as the mage hand will disappear into your own as you now hold both chalks as the line rapid fire firecracker shoots around you. White brings you up much less chaotically than it was before.
I really want to focus on like a soft landing. Like I want to really put some effort into a soft landing.
Okay. So now please roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
If you roll above a 12,
Overshot it.
We're going in upside down.
Finn, can you roll me a d10
Yeah.
and add 7?
Oh wait, hold on. D10. 1.
Actually, what is your spellcasting modifier?
11.
So add 11 to whatever you roll.
13.
So you are all going to appear 24 feet above the teleportation circle. Can I have everybody roll a dexterity save that as you fall straight down towards the platform?
Oh my god.
Is it save? Dexterity save?
Yeah, dexterity save. I'm gonna roll
Oh my
with
God.
disadvantage.
Let me get the crit. Let me get the crit fails out of the way here.
Yeah.
Well,
Yikes.
Nice.
You turn it on? What are you mad at us, AJ?
the stage rocks with the weight as luckily all of those men and women were able to hold their footing and not fall off completely, taking no damage, although having to go in the superhero pose for a few of them. The rest of you, Nocton, you're fine. Julia, you're fine. Magmore, Jesus Christ, Finn. Yeah, both of you are going to just be taken by surprise. Roll me a dexterity save Magmore. Actually, I'd say both of you. As you hit the platform, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And Finn, you missed the platform, so you're gonna fall down to the ground and take another 4 damage. As Magmore, you're able to like your chin hits and you panic grab on and your fingers just latch onto one of the wood planks as you're now hanging there.
Finn, what the hell?
Yeah, okay, so it's like I made it 20 feet instead of 10. It takes a lot of magic, and
What the fuck is going on?
I try.
Ishtar's
I'm
just sitting
trying.
there
I'm
with
trying to master this. It's gonna take longer than 1 to 5 tries.
Men and women, get the fuck off of that stage and unpack your shit. Come on, you're under my control now. As they're all like, oh shit, fuck, I forgot she was a bitch. And like they're all jumping, trying to like run to their bunks to make sure that they're doing it in a timely manner. Ishkar has a huge smile on her face. Would you like some help? As she's like looking up at you, Magmore.
That'd be great.
Drop. You don't even move and just fall into these massive, muscular arms.
Gonna look and be like, this is kind of nice.
You are surprisingly light. You are like a baby.
Hmm.
And then she just drops you as you're able to like, whoa, and like find your feet. She goes over to you, Finn, if you're not already up, and she offers you her hand.
I'll take the hand just to get up.
Pulls you up, pulls you in for like throwing her hand across your back and a nice little chest bump. Thank you for more soldiers.
Yeah, it looks like I was the only one that really took any damage from that, so that's good. Cliff is dead.
Why?
Because he betrayed us all, and about a third of his crew is we leveled them.
That is like him. I did not trust him. Never since that conversation that we had.
Yeah, I didn't trust him either, but it happens.
Okay.
Anything
else?
No, that's the gist of it. Nostradamus is on the Gilded Lily right now, kind of dealing with that situation. So these are people that he had assigned, and Rocky got them ready for us.
Okay, that all sounds good. Is everything good with the fleet?
We have tightened the formations. Oh, we got attacked by a druid. There's a druid swimming around like a whale, who fucked up one of our ships yesterday.
And I knew Phantasma. I knew that was a bad idea to bring whales. So they're just going to be a distraction and get us away.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't those whales. Those whales actually helped us find the other whale. But
Oh shit.
yeah,
Okay.
no, those whales are cool. We're gonna figure out a system of identification. But but yeah, we're gonna go into the harbor and kill some fog spawn.
All right. Do you need any of my men?
Well, you said you wanted to go scout it. Do you want us to bring a couple?
I myself could bring a small platoon of men. Where are you going specifically?
We are going out into the harbor to the things that create the fog are out in the water. We're gonna go knock out a few of those. A couple of us might do some invisible flybys of the ships out, a couple miles out.
We have not gone to scouts yet, but we can go through the sewers and try to see what the harbor is dealing with. Maybe we can kill some fog spawn there. Do you have any advice on how to kill the spawn?
Do you have
Also, can we
anybody
get close?
What's that?
Are we allowed to enter the fog?
Oh, you can enter the fog. You just won't be able to see much
And it'll
of anything.
poison you.
Oh, does it poison you?
What?
Yeah.
I thought that was the green one.
I thought the black... Was it just the green one? You might be right.
I
Yes,
do
you
not
are right.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
get the
and the
two
green
confused.
the green one has like a magical alarm type shit
Yes,
too,
fairy fire.
which
Yeah.
sucked.
As long as we can breathe it in, I'm not worried.
Yeah, you should be able to breathe. Just careful. Um, Also, if you start attacking the fog spawn, the monsters will probably be alerted to your presence.
Well, we'll kill them first.
Okay, just be careful.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I would never dream of that.
How quickly are you trying to move?
Now.
I need a team.
18.
Make that A and B.
Oh, A team.
We use letters. And quickly, like almost in the blink of an eye, you will see that there are 10 men and women who will almost like appear behind her, perfectly organized, like court, like let us
Sorry.
go.
I can't hear you.
Sorry. Will you be joining us in the sewers?
Oh yeah, we'll go that way.
All right, cool. So you guys, along with A and B team, can get yourselves together. Finn, you'll lead them out of the warehouse. It is a fairly decent, okay day. The streets are barren still. Not, and as you get to the harbor, it's pretty much only guards until you can find one of your little manholes and dip down that you remember from last time. You slosh through the sewers. It's shit, but you find the same broken gate that you had done before, still barely hanging on by a hinge. And you find yourselves now with the entrance to the harbor. They all look around and go, "Is this where we part?"
Yeah, anybody got a silent spell of any kind?
No.
I have a way for us to move quickly, almost in shadow, but
Oh, I was
not.
just thinking for us all to just jump into the water without making tons of noise.
If we all jump with me, we can at least add. She goes, "I can make us quieter, somewhat, but not completely silent."
Okay, I'll take your word for that one.
Hold on, I want to read something real quick. Veil shadows, silence you, mask you.
Yeah, she has passed that trace with her as well.
I'm trying to figure out if I think it stacks, right?
Oh, does it? That would be even better. You had to get to add 20.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, fuck it. You can tell me whether this works or not, but I will also cast it.
Well, how many people does it affect when you do it?
You and your companions. It's a distance. It's not a number of people. So anyone.
Oh, perfect.
Each creature you choose within 30 feet.
Oh,
you.
sick.
Okay, Julia, just stand here while we all do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna allow it. Yeah, it'll stack, but you have to stay within the radius of both of them to get the 20.
Yeah. That's legit.
So we pretty much all jump at once. Yeah.
Yep.
The two of you jump in first, and then we'll jump into your radius.
Oh, smart.
Sounds good. Julia, after you.
Julia casts it and then is like, cannon. Just kidding. Quietly jumps into the water.
Yeah. So you're gonna watch Ishkar. She has a fairly robust beaded bracelet. It has all sorts of different beads. She literally goes up to one, bites it. You're gonna watch this black smoke just start piss out of the bite mark as it starts to spread around you, and she just dives in with this little trail following her, and with a little tiny splash, she will roll a stealth check. Julia, you also have to do the same. Go. Oh, sorry. Plus,
Alright.
so it's 31 for her. Yeah, nice. So they didn't make a fucking sound. So the rest of you, kind of, you're looking back at the Gold Dawn as they're like kind of like looking at you like, we go.
Yeah, Golden Dawn, go ahead. We'll trail.
So I will roll with advantage plus. Nice. They're just drop it feet first. Very little splash and very little sound. It sounds like there may be a small animal splashing around somewhere in the distance, but not that literally almost like 15 men jumped in the water. But you guys all splash into the cold, cold water and rise up to the surface. You can see that the fog is healthily covering all of the harbor. Ishkar will look at her men, look at you guys, and goes, be safe. And then she dips down, comes back up, and goes, men, me. And they all sort of like will like butterfly, sort of heads bobbing beneath the water every so often towards the docks. You guys, what are you doing?
All right. Are we in the water yet at this point?
Yeah, you are in the water.
Okay. All right, let's start swimming.
Yeah.
Just keep
Let's go.
swimming.
So it's gonna be like, I would say an hour swim. Can you guys all roll Constitution saving throws?
Uh-oh.
Finn, you do not have to because you have a swim speed. Not if
Okay.
you have a swim speed, you don't have to. I think Nocton, you have one too.
Yep.
Do I still have a ring of swimming?
I don't know. Do you?
Did I ever give that back?
I don't think you did.
I remember when you picked that up, but I don't know if you have it.
I don't think
I don't think you gave it back.
I don't think I did.
Somebody has Cloak of the Manta Ray too, don't they?
Yeah.
That's me. That's me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unless I gave it to somebody else. I can't remember.
I don't know if you did. Nice,
I don't
Julie.
give a shit.
Yeah. You. I mean,
But I've been
being
doing a lot of swimming lately.
I say, and you have grown up with an innate sense of body control in the water. So even though you've transferred to a no, you still know the best convenient and comfortable way to swim.
Yes. All
So
right.
Magmore, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to roll one too, because if you can't remember if you have it or not.
Well, I never gave it to anyone, so. What was it, con?
I think you had it last time we were in the water.
No, actually, now that I remember, because you were in, I remember having to say something about your heavy plate armor and you being able to swim.
Right.
All right, I'll give it to you, so you don't have to roll a con.
Would I have passed it anyway?
What?
Would I have passed it with a 15? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, you would have been fine.
Nice.
You should have beat a 10.
Ah.
Yeah. But you guys over the next hour are able to kind of follow the line of fog that you had, remember from the previous days. You find the break in the fog that you made, and then you continue on further. Maybe like another 20 minutes before you finally see just your whole vision is pretty much covered like out to sea of fog. So you feel like you're in the same area that you were before.
All right.
The last one was
let's.
attached to a ship and a buoy, if I remember correctly.
Those are
Alright.
the two instances that you've seen, yes.
So
All right. Well, let's go find that one.
Okay, so you're here. This is going to be theory of the mind because I had no idea of all the options you guys had, so I didn't make a map for this.
What?
So you
I'm
guys are outside the
disappointed.
first
Dare you?
big cluster. You guys are how are you approaching? Underneath the water?
Yeah.
Right. So
I'll say if has it been an hour?
yeah.
Okay, so my spell's gone.
All right. So can you guys all roll stealth checks as you get closer towards the first sort of pod of ships? You will notice that sort of hanging around each other, it looks like there are 6 different hulls near and sort of clustered together in front of you. You're about 100 to 150 feet away from the nearest one. You guys all feel relatively hidden.
All right. Let's Oh, we should do any spells before I make us invisible. Let me do my true
Do you-
sight.
Yeah, do you want me to give True Sight to Nocton?
You know what? Why don't you actually? Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And I'll cast it again if I have to.
So I'll cast that on Nocton.
Beautiful. So, Nocton, you now have true sight.
All right, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'd be a 5th level invisibility,
Right.
and I'm gonna extend it to 2 hours.
There you go. All right. So you got 2 hours on the clock. Nocton, you were correct. You are the only one with true sight, correct? Finn, you can't do it because you did invisibility.
I cast it on myself beforehand.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Sorry. So the both of you will see that in front of you in this pod, it looks like there's one very large glowing sort of spawn coming from the central most ship. The other ships that you can see kind of like faint glows of maybe items that might be dancing on people that are walking on the deck, but like the most glaring thing is the large mass that is glowing on the central.
I could get used to this.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's good. Did we want to go for this one, or do we want to go for one of the ones strapped to a buoy so we're not seen when we're doing this?
Yeah, I didn't. You said there was people up there. I didn't expect there to actually be people on any of these ships.
I think subtlety is
I said
advisable.
you guys haven't confirmed that there's people yet. You guys are still underneath the water. What said that there was like walking and moving like dim lights of magic something. So you can assume, but you haven't confirmed.
All right, Nocton, you got the flying shit.
Indeed.
Shall we go for a stroll
Indeed.
and then come back down? All right. So let's do that. We'll be back, guys.
Okay, we'll be
Stay
here.
hidden.
Yep. Float
Okay,
down.
so Nocton, Finn, as you emerge from the water slowly, you can start to push your way out into the air. As you start to fly and do your little fly over, what is like the path that you are taking? You see that the ships are kind of clustered together in a loose circle, with one of them kind of hanging out in the middle.
I mean, we can see each other, so
Yeah.
I would say let's double team one ship at a time.
Agreed.
Just do a quick sweep and then move to the next one.
Perfect. All right, so you're just gonna together sort of kind of sweep around the edges and to see what you can see. So roll perception checks.
Okay.
Please. And could you please roll me stealth checks with advantage? Great.
Woo.
All right. Nice. All right. So as you guys are starting to crest around this cluster, you will notice a few things. Yes, there are men, women who all have the sort of blackened eyes that you are familiar with of people who have been infected with the fog. It looks like they're busy, and they're busy making things. As you take a closer look, Nocton, they're making something mechanical, something that looks like a set of hooks connected to long, thick ropes that are also connected to these weird cylindrical objects. And as you fly to the next one, it looks like they're also preparing themselves, making a few of the same things, but on this one, it looks like they're starting to construct these long ladders that look like they're reinforced with like any steel they could get their hands onto that have these massive hooks on the top of them. As you crest around the other one, you see that the This one probably relatively quiet, nothing to report really. There's a few men probably bullshitting and like sharpening their blades, looking like they're kind of getting themselves ready for something. And then as you get to not the last one, but you see what is happening on the main and the middle mast as you compressed towards the middle. You see that they have cleared the entire deck, and it looks like they are making some insanely large device. It looks like it spans 30 to 40 feet in length. It's maybe 20 feet tall with maybe like a 20-foot depth. And part of it's covered with a tarp, but it looks like they are working on something, but you'll have to get closer to see what they're doing.
I believe it would be wise to discover at least partially of what they're fabricating. Are you comfortable with getting closer?
Yeah, as long as the other two are still together, we can teleport to them and teleport back if we need to.
All right.
But we need to stay close to each other in case we need a
Agreed.
way out.
All right. So you guys slowly descend to get a closer look at whatever this piece of machinery is. And as you get closer, Nocton, I'm gonna
This
keep
is this the one that has the fog spawn on the mast?
this.
Okay.
It has the fog spawn as well as the large piece of machinery. And I'm going to keep actually, as you get closer, let's roll additional stealth checks with advantage, and let's do investigation checks this time as you're trying to specifically look this thing over. Beautiful. Nocton, you are maybe foaming at the mouth, wanting to see what they're doing. Because these idiots can't make anything right. But you get closer, your stealth checks are immaculate, so these people look like they are toiling away very diligently. There is a sort of very good looking individual with sort of a blonde undercut man bun pulled back. He's wearing a large sort of collared pea coat with scimitars on both sides. And it looks like he may or may not be the captain, as he looks vaguely more important than the rest of them. But as you get closer, Nocton, you start to see pistons. You start to see a large battering ram head that's been constructed of raw steel that's just been like hot welded to each other to make this mass of just steel plates and rebar at the front of it. You can only assume that the back has some sort of propulsion system that would propel this thing forward, and it looks like this thing could knock out. I mean, the battering ram alone must weigh at least like a ton. Come on, men. You go faster than this. Don't you know that we have to be ready by nightfall? Takes a big swig of a flask you did not see in his pea coat as he's just kind of like sauntering back and forth.
Finn touches Knockdown real quick and just goes like this, like finger to the mouth and just points.
It looks like he's now just walking around inspecting, like he takes like tarp up and he looks underneath it, puts it down, and just kind of like walking around aimlessly. What do you guys want to do?
Are we like within earshot of anyone right now?
I'd say you're maybe like 30 feet away and 20 feet up from the nearest railing. So I mean, if you keep quiet, no one's around to hear you.
All right, so I'm gonna whisper to Knockdown. I'm gonna be like, I don't know what that is. Can you sabotage it?
I'm gonna. Ooh. Do you want me to roll to know if I would be able to sabotage it?
Nocton, can you roll me a Arcana check? Obviously with advantage, because you're looking this piece of machinery up and down. Yeah, I mean, you could already see two weak points that if you at least took out those points, you could ruin the structural integrity of it, and they'd have to start from script. Like they'd have to completely redo the main frame.
I'm going to I'm gonna zip a little bit around, just do like a circuit, and then come back to Finn,
Okay.
just to like look at it all, and then I'll say, uh, how loud am I allowed to be?
Not at all. Silent
That's the
completely.
equivalent of a wizard going, "Hey, how big's the room?"
Yeah.
Who asked you that?
Understood.
Come on.
Can you do it completely silently?
I can.
Oh, okay.
It will likely be somewhat difficult to be subtle, but it will not be loud.
And you don't have to cast anything, right? Because that would make you not invisible.
The acid glands in my mouth are particularly useful.
Right.
Captain, I forgot to check my little part of my notes. Part of your investigation and your arcana check, you would notice that the main cylinder, like the main part of this like machine, looks like it's made out of misium.
Oh shit.
So
A misium alloy reinforced rod with a bunch of fucking steel strapped to the front of it. You can't see the back because it's covered, but you notice and you know what kind of like that metal looks like worked.
So as I'm saying, the acid in my mouth, I sort of trail off.
You-
As I catch like a reflection from the metal, and I'm like, how? How is this possible?
I don't know. They probably got all this from neighboring. Well, they probably pillaged all this from everywhere.
This is concerning. I can still sabotage it. However, this quantity is unheard of in this realm, as far as I'm aware. And
Of quantity of people?
no, my apologies. Come with me. And I'm gonna like beckon that we go like a little bit further away for a second.
Okay.
And I point over and I say, see the corner of the tarp that he just lifted up?
Yeah.
Do you see that blue sheen to that steel there?
Yeah, it looks like some of your shit.
That's misium.
Oh, that's the shit you've been looking for.
Exactly. And that
And
means that Thaddeus is also likely either looking for it or knows of large quantities of it. However, I am a bit baffled as to what they could be using this for. Are there large structures they may need to attack?
could it be for boats? Just a one-shot a boat?
Perhaps the pure weight of it would cause the ship to move much more slowly, though I'm unable to see the propulsion mechanism in the back.
But like, what else exists that they would need to battering ram through? Biomecania?
You know this realm far better than I.
I mean, not really.
Fair enough.
You're both, yeah, like you're
Yeah.
Jackson's from over there, Finn's from up and over there.
Regardless, if we are able to sabotage it, and this ship ever is sunk, which I am hoping, I will request that we recover this misium.
It's a lot. It is a whole lot.
There's probably no way to recover it without sinking it.
Highly unlikely. We would need the terror in order to recover it.
Right. Shall we
I
grab
do not
your-
even know how we would recover it with some of our own ships.
Right.
Just as a note, how large is the ship compared to some of ours?
So the ship that is harboring this battering ram is on par with Nostradamus's Widowmaker. So it's a fairly large galleon with like 5 different masts. Obviously the
So
central
it's
one,
a big ship. Yeah.
it's a big ship. But the surrounding ships are more along lines of what your fleet has. So they're like smaller 3-4 sails.
Right. But only Nostradamus' ship would be able to even carry it, even if we could somehow steal it.
Literally your best bet.
Right. So yeah, it is unlikely we would be able to recover this any other way than the Terror of the Deep. And even then, we would likely only be able to tow it to a shore location. I am probably not expressing exactly how concerning this is to me. However, I will do as you ask if you wish it sabotaged.
Wait, but it's 20. What's that? About 20 feet in dimension?
Roughly. So it's like a 20-foot square that extends 40 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna fit in my circle.
Not gonna fit in your what?
I was thinking I could like circle it, and
Ah,
that's not a thing.
Take it.
What's that? Yeah.
I am also wondering if you have an idea what he meant by "we need this tonight." Where could they possibly use this tonight?
To break through the wall?
Which
No, but
wall?
they don't need Eden. They don't care about Eden.
Is that true? Because it seems as though they might. Is this a distraction to prevent us from moving forward and attacking Thaddeus?
You know, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking we should. Well, first you should sabotage the shit.
No, agreed.
Well, we should get the other two and then come back. You sabotage the thing, and then we take out the fog spawn and then dip.
Agreed. Let's move.
All
All
right.
right.
So you guys head back. It's not very far. You can see your invisible friends sort of like bobbing underneath the water. You dive in and can rejoin them.
All right. Do you guys
Gotta
remember how
go.
we beat the fog spawns the last time? Oh, also hi, we're here.
Oh,
Oh, right. We wouldn't see you. So, yeah. Ugh, fuck. Oh, jeez. Okay. What? Fog spawns. Killed him. Shot him with stuff. Put a fireball on him.
It wasn't fire. Where was it? Like light?
oh, is it radiant damage?
I believe it was Radiant, and we were upset that Magma was not with us the last time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look at
Magma,
that.
you're Magma. I apologize. You're about to be visible to a lot of people.
That's okay.
We're gonna fly up there, and oh, this is perfect. Magmore and I will attack the shit out of the fog spawn while Nocton sneaks over and Nocton and Julia sneak over and sabotage the machine. Oh yeah, there's a machine.
This sounds like an excellent
Okay.
idea. This machine is
So
equipped
they're gonna see
to
us.
it is equipped to destroy a wall or structure of some large proportion, and it is constructed out of Mysium.
Julia and Nocton, they won't see you, but they will see me and Magmore once we start blasting.
Okay.
Because I still will maintain concentration on the two of you. I just won't be invisible anymore.
We should wait until the fog spawn attack begins and the crew is distracted.
What if we sink the ship? Just
That is my preferred solution if we can manage it with just the two of us.
Do you think I could just firestorm the whole ship?
I was told I'm not allowed to be loud.
I mean, it does half fire and half radiant damage, so.
Yeah.
Well, the important thing is that we sabotage the machine because we don't want them to be able to retrieve it and still use it.
Mhm.
Okay. So first sabotage, then sink. Got it.
Then sink. Yeah, that makes more sense. And Magmore,
Yes.
what level is Firestorm?
8. I can do it once.
Yeah, so can I. Yeah, let's fucking double Firestorm this shit.
I'm okay with that.
Oh,
The
I could,
Mizium will survive
Oh.
just fine.
I could electrical storm it.
You can change.
I could change one of them.
That's cool.
Okay,
Fast.
so you guys are still hanging out outside the pod. Your plan is to fly up. Magmore, you and Finn are going to double firestorm the ship.
After we sabotage it.
Well, yeah, but after Julia and Nocton are able to try and sabotage.
And after we are no longer on said ship.
Firmly.
All right, so you guys can slowly, stealthily make your way towards the central ship, so you're at least close. Now
Actually,
that you're
sorry,
Go ahead.
Julia,
Yeah.
which one would you rather do? Because you could really fill the position.
What do you mean?
Knockdown, can you sabotage it by yourself, or do you need the help?
I believe I can sufficiently sabotage the device.
Okay, Julia, would you rather
I can't cast
hang
big
out on
spells.
what's that?
I can't cast any big spell like that.
No, but you could hang out in like the crow's nest or something and provide support for Knockdown
Okay.
with your bow, maybe.
Well, if I do that, I'll just sneak in with Nocton and be close. And then if shit hits the fan, then I'm there.
Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that works. All right, DM, we're good.
All right, hold on. I think I have a map for this. That's like an old one. So one sec. Let me quickly do this. It's fucking stupid fog of war.
Oh, and I was looking at the wrong spell. I was looking at Flame Strike that does both fire and radiant. Firestorm is purely fire.
Fire. Okay. All right. Almost there. Shit. Dun. Oh my god, it's so fucking hard. I'm under pressure.
So we're
Really
planning.
just trying to make it bigger. It's so stupid.
So while we're waiting, we're planning like doing a few dates out in the Midwest
Ooh.
in a couple months, and Brian's normal contact in Indiana, like super reliable, will always get them a great show. Won't book us because his wife is a born again Christian and doesn't support the devil imagery.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yep,
That's annoying.
amazing.
How unfortunate. You should write a song about it.
Oh God, so good. That's so good.
Write a song named
Is she not gonna book his bands now too?
I honestly, I have no idea.
Like,
I
did
don't
you just ruin it for him?
Lock.
That's
Okay.
wild.
I got
So
something,
crazy.
so we'll be able to give a loose idea of.
Like, does she know that there's devil imagery in the Bible?
Wait,
Listen,
All right, guys. So it's not exactly everything that I wanted, but this is the general idea. You guys can put yourselves like either at the bottom of the screen or the top of the screen, but that is where you guys are.
Fog spawn is where?
The fog spawn is. Hold on, I need to make this thing not as big. So this is in between it. Fog spawn will be. I'll draw it. There.
Are these guys all twice the size of us, or just checking?
No, it's that's just.
yes, they are.
Yeah, actually, yes, they are.
Good luck.
Now that you ask, they are.
how do I add my own character into this thing?
Go
Should
up to
just
the
be able to
book.
drag it from the right hand side on.
All right, I'm not.
From the right hand side.
Drag
Yeah.
it from the like.
From your journal.
Yeah, that. I miss 17.
Which one was that?
Was the one that saved me.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, so
He's part of me now.
you are 17.
We are one. Not that it's really creepy when you talk like that. All right, so
We are
let's
Venom.
see. So these guys are all toiling away at this this giant fucking thing. Though they are not that big, but I'm too lazy to make them smaller. The rest of these guys, you've got to put this out a little bit.
Where's the big wig?
I'd say he's right here. Now that you ask, I'll give him a aura. Motherfucker. So you can see it. He's the guy with the little.
Yeah, cool.
There. All right, so now you guys are all down here. Julia, where you're not there yet. You guys are all here. Finn, you're over here.
Am I supposed to be able to click and drag my guy? Or how does that work?
Yeah, here, I'll do you. I have you.
Yeah, my click and drag isn't doing anything for me.
All right.
Thank you.
Magmore. All right, cool. Now that you guys are on the board and everything's peach keen, now start making your moves. So there's no real initiative order. Just tell me what you're doing. So we're gonna have Julia Nocton. You're going first.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna sneak on.
Super sneaky.
Yeah, I think that we'll land up on the crow's nest up here.
Okay. There's a person up there.
Oh, okay.
He's sitting there with his arms crossed, his head on his arms, and he's just kind of looking down and at what's going on beneath him. There now we have a reason why he's so big.
I
What if we're invisible? What if we just land on the deck?
You do that.
Yeah, I think that will do that.
Okay,
I'll
so
motion down.
advantage as you guys start to try and land quietly.
I'm going to pull out. I'm gonna motion for Julia to like get up against the edge here, against like the wall for a second. I'm gonna pull out something heavy from my bag. Give me a moment. Okay. And I'm going to fly fly over the edge while Julia hangs out there. And I'm going to knock it against the hull.
Okay, so you're going
it's a crowbar.
Okay, so you're just gonna make a noise against the hull.
Yeah, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like kind of fly along the edge underneath the railing.
Okay.
Just sort of like knock. Like just so they're all like, what the heck is happening? And then I'm gonna stop knocking over by the rudder. I'm going to.
Okay, so you're getting ahead of me right now. You're flying around the whole boat. So
Yeah.
give me a.
So knock, 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 knocked on.
So you're gonna get probably about half. Like I'll say you get about right here, as you hear like a bunch of the other people who are working on there, like their ears kind of chime up and they look around, and you see the main captain who's blonde hair, kind of like, how does that sound? And he kind of like just like sloshes over to over here. He's gonna look around. He's gonna make a perception check. Disadvantage. So, Nocton, you did not roll a stealth check.
Oh, hey, look at that.
You gotta roll with advantage.
Don't fail me now.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Ew.
All right.
Yes.
So he looks over, kind of like looks to the side, looks around. It's like, the fuck is that noise coming from? And he's going to be following you as you're like, "Doosh," like making this noise. He can hear it, but he just doesn't know where the fuck it's coming from. So he's like slowly investigating it as you're making your way along. So I'd say now you're able to get to the back rudder. He probably is at the top of the stairs as he's looking. Yo, help them. Get the fuck to work. Guys, stop being fucking distracted. Stop making noise too. Nathan, what are you doing?
When I hear him say that, I'm gonna like basically huck the crowbar. And so it splashes a little bit out, like somewhere out here.
Okay.
I'm gonna then swim around to this side.
All right, roll me a spell check with advantage one more time as he sees the crowbar run, like kind of moves over here as you kind of dip down.
Are you invisible right now or no?
I'm still invisible.
It's fine. He looks over and he's just able to pick up like the ripples of the like where you ducked under the water and dove before you threw it. And he looks over, he looks at the ripples. See him kind of like chew on his gum a little bit. No, I don't like this. Men, keep an eye out. It's fucky here. And you watch him like he digs into his pocket and he's like fiddling with something in his hand, just kind of nervously as he's now like looking around and casing the edges of this ship.
Is there like a door to get down below deck, or is it just like an open hole? Like a door you'd
I'd
have
say
to open?
no, it's not a door. It's just an open like doorway that you can walk down the stairs to.
Uh, can Julia just like creep down and maybe do like dodging anyone she can dodge to see if she can find where all their black powder is stashed?
Okay, absolutely. You can duck down there, roll a investigation check.
Right.
I
There
like
are
where
there are
head's
cannons.
at.
So
Huh?
there are cannons down here.
25.
Uh, you can find that tucked away between each like there's two sets on either side, and tucked between either of them looks like there are maybe at least 3 barrels of black powder each.
Solid.
You could there's more ship you could explore, but you
I
definitely
have some trauma around black powder barrels, Julia. Please be careful.
Julia's ready to, yeah.
Not starts sweating. He's like, I can feel something.
Yeah.
Is there
I
anyone
can smell it. I'm sure I can smell it.
is there anyone down here in this deck, or are they all up above?
Right now, it looks like the bottom of this place is pretty barren. You look down towards like further down the ship, you can see barracks and you can see some arms and sticking out of the like the bunks, but like there's nobody who's manning these cannons right now, or within I would say the general vicinity of 30 feet.
Are how big are these barrels? Are they like they're like
Yeah, they're not pony kegs. They're like a full keg,
They're like
so
full
they're bigger
keg.
than you.
okay. Is there any device for moving them easily? Like a wheeled cart?
Oh yeah, I'll lump that in with your investigation. You can see that there is like a rickety old like hand cart that you can like dig the hook underneath it to pull it back up.
Cool. Uh she's gonna try and move that so that they're all 6 are next to each other and not spread out.
Okay, so roll a stealth check as you do this.
Okay. We'll see how this goes.
You have to beat a 13.
13. All right.
You're still invisible, so
Still advantage.
Hey.
there you
17.
go.
Ayo.
This wheel is so fucking squeaky. You're like, shit. As you're able to like get them at least like kind of in like a lumped area together. Now they're like in the central mast
And then she's
or
just gonna
central like beam.
Just look around for like an oil lamp somewhere that's on fire down below deck.
So one of the things you notice that on these ships, they don't have lit lamps or a light source like around, but you can find like a lantern that's kind of thrown off to the side that has like some oil sloshing around in it. But they
Okay.
don't keep like lights on for some reason.
Interesting. Okay, noted. Is there anything for lighting the cannons or anything that's laying around?
I mean, not in the general area. You'd have to use someone in person.
Hmm. So there's no fire. But there is. Okay. Cool.
There's gonna be a firestorm.
I know. So yeah, she just leaves those all like piled up next to each other, and then is gonna creep back up. Maybe take the oil lamp and pour like a line of oil from them
Oh, there
to
you go. Yeah,
to
nice.
just to a
Uh,
spot somewhere until it like empties out, and then she's just gonna go back up above deck.
All right.
Uh,
I'll say that you take the oil. You're able to coat kind of most of the tops of the barrels, and then you're able to like kind of drip it along to try and get it further like down onto the ground. So yeah, you did a pretty good job, but it just wasn't a lot for you.
that's fine.
It's
That's
definitely not. So you creep back up, Nocton. While she's doing that, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be hovering sort of over here. I'm not gonna like sit down on the deck. I'm hovering above people, away from anything that's like flapping in the wind. Observing what each of them is working on, what parts of the tarp are pulled back, etc. Finding the like opportune location for me to attempt to sabotage it.
Okay.
When I see Julia come back up, because I still have true sight or
Mhm.
not. Okay. I she can't see me though, right?
Nope.
Right.
Okay.
You kind of like, she just like looked around for a while, realized nothing was happening, and then started heard her banging and was like, okay, I guess that's probably him. I'm gonna go keep myself busy.
I'm going to assume, since I wasn't smart enough to discuss this earlier, that when the proverbial shit hits the fan, Julia will know to uh, get out of there.
You can you can
Hopefully.
you can know that that would probably be the
And I know
case.
where I can see her, so I can always like just like grab her and fly away if I have to. Um, but I'm going to. Do you want me to roll anything to know when and where to do this, or just?
Well, tell me what you're doing. So you're now hovering like kind of a
Essentially, I'm planning on finding like when somebody's like steps away to grab a tool or something. If so, there's the main like battering part of it. I'm not really looking at that at all. I must. Do you know which direction that's facing, or does it matter?
it's facing towards the front of the ship.
Okay, so then I would basically be avoiding that section because there's not a whole lot I can do. I'm aware that the fog spawn is close to where I
Yeah,
am.
it's fog is pouring out of the main mast.
I'm going to see that there's some mechanisms within the back that I believe is going to trigger the sort of propulsion of the battering ram.
All right. So you're getting so the more looks you get at this thing, you're starting to recognize that this is a jerry-rigged, like high velocity hydraulic piston. So it looks like there is some sort of like either ignition or like heating mechanism that will like bring it up to temperature, and then there is a like combustion chamber, and then there is what you would assume the battering ram that shoots forward. So it kind of looks like that's what they're trying to make here. You can see a bunch of like, like vacuum hoses attached to it, a bunch of brass pipings that are making sure that like all of like the pressure is going into the right area. But that's you kind of getting the idea.
So I know that Mizium is basically indestructible,
Very.
and that I have to sabotage some of the pressure feeds in
Yes.
such a way that it isn't obvious.
You could roll an intelligence check. maybe a
Oh,
clever.
that was a save. Sorry. Save.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe a cleverly placed heat metal spell would allow the wrong chamber to expand at the wrong rate, which may just look like a blow in the structural integrity.
I like this. Okay. So I am going to wait until one of the workers sort of like leans back or sort of steps away for a second.
Yeah, you find an opening for sure.
And I'm going to immediately spew acid all over that portion of where he was working.
Okay. You were going to turn invisible. You're going to turn visible.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then I will wait.
So that's this
If
is
I'm
your.
spitting it, is it gonna turn invisible?
You are going to turn visible when you spit.
Okay, then I won't use the acid. I will fly over to Julia and tap her on the shoulder and hope she doesn't squeak.
I'm gonna assume I've been waiting for this, so she just kind of like looks towards where the thing is, and then realizes she still can't see you, and just kind of like.
And I'm gonna like put my 3 fingers on her shoulder, then 2, then 1, then I'm going to cast heat metal on the section of the chamber I believe is most
Okay.
vulnerable, and I'm going to basically throw us both over the edge and into the water.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. So as you cast your spell, you're going to you're gonna visualize that chamber and it's just start glowing red hot, and all of a sudden it starts to, and the one of the tubes that was connected to the top just goes, steam shoots straight up there. This piece of metal goes flying 50 feet off into the like a random direction. The tarp blows up off of the entire thing. You can see this thing is, I mean, we're talking like Mad Max had a baby with Frankenstein, the way this thing is put together.
Incredible.
I mean, like they literally are using like you see the design for a brief moment, you're like, ick.
I'm like, ugh.
But you are going to quickly, with the surprise, jump over the edge. Just roll me one stealth check. Unfortunately, not with advantage.
That's fine.
Julia, you are fine. Well, I guess you rolled 2 with advantage.
Well, she's still invisible.
Yeah, I know. So that's why she's doing advantage.
Ew.
Nice.
Wow.
So
Okay,
quiet.
perfect. Yeah, so you guys almost like SEAL Team 6 flop over the side of the railing and flop into the water as you hear a whoa, 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 what the fuck? And you guys, if you're paying attention to the outside, you guys watch a crackling beam of purple energy just shoot into the air from the palm of the captain. And he says, "Shut the fuck up. What's going on here?" And he like goes over and he's like, I don't know, man. It popped. Like, what do you mean it fucking popped? Like this, what do you mean? It's not even what? He goes, I don't know, sir. Like it popped. We're gonna have to start. We have to find that pipe. He goes, we're gonna have to go find the pipe. All the way up. You gonna go for a swim? You know what? That's fine. And he like grabs him by his collar and he's like, let's go for a little swim. And just chucks him over the edge as he like, what? I'd say, here, can someone roll me a 1d4? We're gonna choose the direction of this. 1 is north. All right, cool. So he's gonna walk to the front of the ship. Look at this guy and just huck him over as he just go ahead, find the fucking pipe. He goes, you Jericho, Captain, you can't be. And you watch 4 crackling beams blast into the water. He goes, think I was fucking kidding? Go. And he just quietly starts like swimming away from the ship. I mean, just with his basically tail between his legs, not looking back at all. So now that has occurred. What do you guys would like to do?
We're gonna swim away from the ship because I don't
It's
want to get
still just
firestormed.
shooting steam up. You guys can get a healthy amount of distance away. Magmore, Finn.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Magmore and I'm gonna be like, all right, you ready? Just also, Firestorm doesn't do radiant damage, but I'm gonna do something that does. So you go ahead and do your Firestorm.
Okay. Can
Uh,
we
Just wait for the signal.
can we boombox Fortunate Son as we like fly in?
Yeah.
Oh, sun, you say?
Yeah.
And Finn is gonna cast Sunburst.
Thank I was looking at that today because it's on Phantasma's list, and I was like, that is
Yeah, he's gonna
Oh,
cast
yeah.
Sunburst right there.
all right, beautiful. So you cast Sunburst as this giant, the clouds, partly cloudy, just open up to a what diameter?
60-foot radius. Oh shit. So it's twice that.
Yeah, that's huge. So that's the entire ship.
Nice.
All right.
Amazing.
Magmore, you're doing anything?
Yeah.
So they all have to check for blindness, but
I'm also casting Firestorm, which is
That's
10 foot cubes of fire.
Hold on. We're gonna do. These are all the men. Nice. So they all got a natural 20 for some fucking reason.
wow, all of them. That's wild.
Yeah, all of them. So they're all gonna take half damage to work. And let's do Jericho. So he saves. So he's also gonna take. What is that? 17.
Want this guy.
All right. So is this radiant beam is now just covering this giant ship? You hear a screeching like just echo from the center of the ship. It's like it almost sounds like tinnitus ringing as it hits your guys' ears.
Wait, he got an 18?
Yeah.
He's blinded. My save is 19.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
looking at mine.
Nice. All right, cool. So he's blinded. With that, Magmore, what are you doing?
I'm firestorming the whole boat.
Okay, can you place your parts?
I don't quite know how to do 10-foot cubes.
I'll do it.
Yeah, okay, but can you tell me how you do it?
You hit the paintbrush or the rectangle thing over on the side, on the left-hand side.
So here's a
It's
10-foot
that.
cube. You see this? This is a 10-foot cube.
Okay.
So where would you like to put all 10 of them? They have to be touching each other. Remember that.
Finn is visible now, so he's just gonna point directly at like the middle mast.
Yeah, everything in the middle.
So
Burn that sucker.
Oh,
Light off that.
how'd you copy and paste
black
it?
powder.
That's cool.
Control C, Control V.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. I didn't know that.
All right, hold on. That's it. So that's roughly the area. So you can cover basically the entire central mast in flame.
Yep.
Perfect. So as this almost coming from the same hole in the clouds, this these giant columns of fire followed by these billowing smoke trails.
We really got to work on your noise cancellation. All of your sound effects are lost on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But as these things are exploding, the entire ship starts caught in flames. What are you guys doing now?
Leaving.
You leaving?
No, I
Is
don't know.
the fog spawn dead?
Oh, absolutely. With
Okay.
how
I
much?
think we're just gonna wait until the battering ram falls through the deck and then
Wait,
sinks
is
the
that
ship.
34 damage total?
30 35.
Is that
Oh,
total or is
34.
that per cube?
That's
Uh,
not per cube.
34 by anything affected. Like anything in any of the cubes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so it's 34 total damage, not
Yeah.
34 stacked 10 times.
No.
That would be
Uh,
crazy.
And then it's
All right.
also 35 radiant from the sunburst.
Okay, so 35. Okay, so with those two layered on together, you're able to hit the 50 hit point threshold for these little guys. As you hear, as the fog starts to, I mean, it's still there because it's a fog, but you can see that this black sort of like eldritch entity that kind of like wraps itself around the post has completely disappeared from view.
I say
Um,
You hear screaming, "Oh, what the fuck? What is this? What is this?" You see the captain who's standing there is gonna walk to the front of it, see the fire.
No, he's not. He's blinded.
All right,
oh yeah.
he's
I
gonna
love
hear.
this.
He's gonna hear the commotion, and then is going to like look around, or not look around, but like he's like panicking, and all of a sudden he grabs onto his chest, and you watch him disappear from view.
Oh shit.
With True Sight, do I see him still there, or did he teleport?
It looks like he is teleported away. It looks like Shadow engulfed him for a second and then condensed him down to nothing.
Don't love that.
Can I distance spell counterspell?
Boy, do I not want to let you, but sure, go ahead.
Okay.
The high DC.
Yeah, we're gonna do it at 7th level.
Okay. So with that, I don't want to say you're metagaming, but I'll allow you to completely cancel the count.
I mean, he has teleport. He would know what level teleport is.
I know. So off the back foot, you're able to kind of snap him as it does not go off.
Does the lower level explode?
Not yet. The fire hasn't gotten there yet.
Well, I mean, it was firestorm. It was like fire falling from the sky. I figured it would have
Okay.
gone through the.
So, do you guys want a lesson in what the difference of fire and force damage do? Force damage would be an explosion, like that causes force, that causes that like movement in material. Firestorm just throws fireballs everywhere. So if you've seen like a Molotov cocktail, that
So you have
doesn't,
to wait till it burns. Okay,
that doesn't
fine.
blow up buildings.
Gotcha.
It burns them.
Fine, fine.
But if
whatever.
there's like holes in the deck and just like one little ember of fire gets through them.
We'll get there. Just wait for us. Like,
No, I want explosions now.
there's not a Michael Bay movie right now.
So soon.
So what are you guys doing after you have counterspelled his teleport?
I'm
I'm visible, so I'm gonna stay underwater for the moment.
and you're with Julia, so I
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
So I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna look at Magmore and be like, can you do that again?
Can I upcast it? Yeah, I
These guys
can.
have
You
already
could.
started moving and they're trying to put out the water. It's sort of working, but like, you know, it's a lot of flames that they're trying to douse at once.
I could.
Or, hear
could
me
do it.
out. Do you want to fly around and do some fireballs at the other ships?
I mean, we could do that too. Do we want to make sure this one is like fully blown up, or do we
Yeah.
just want to do that?
Yeah, we probably should make sure this one's all blown up.
Because you know it's the one with the big ass crazy thing on it.
Yeah, true. You want to do some? Want to do some more fireballs?
Sure. Let me.
Within that conversation of you guys talking, it looks you guys are seeing pandemonium happen. You've completely lost the captain from view. So now what do you guys? You guys like you talk about it. Now what do you guys want to do?
I mean, honestly, if you just fly me to the hole, like near the hole, and I'll just like fireball into the bottom deck.
You think there's? Oh, yeah. There's probably black powder down there because they got cannons.
Right.
We're laughing you
Hold on.
guys do the wrong side.
One.
Well, there's only.
Oh, you're saying like go in through the side, like I was thinking the boom and zoom.
Get more water as there's
Well, whichever one. But let's just get this done.
You want to do boom and zoom? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do a boom and zoom dimension door.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't seen this in forever.
all right. So you're going to dimension door yourself into this
The lower level.
the lower level. So you're there. You see
Alright.
a lot of people starting to like look around. There's smoke that's billowing from the ceiling down and covering the entire area of the lower deck.
Do
Familiar,
I
isn't it?
do I see all the black powder around the like underneath the main mast?
It's not all. Yeah, you see a small little pile of black powder that's like kind of positioned in the center of the ship between like these 4 cannons.
I bet Julia
Oh.
did that.
That was a bad idea on that part.
Why would they store it right under a mast? That seems like
Yeah.
You think this mass is structural?
What were they thinking?
Alright.
No, it's not. It's not structural. No, it's fine. We can go into it.
Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah, there you go.
As you release your fireball,
This thing.
yeah, as it just flies out of your palm towards these, you watch as it engulfs this smoky area in flame until it disappears from view and you reappear where?
Out wherever the other two are.
Okay, so you are now out in the middle of the water. You watch as the center of the ship, it's finally engulfed in total flame.
Ah, it's a pretty sight.
You watch like 4 massive holes get blown into the bottom, the deck, and planks of wood go shooting everywhere. You watch as the battering ram that's in the center fall down into the middle of it as the boat lurches forward towards its nose, throwing people from the back up to the front. People jumping out. It's chaos. Where are you going next? What are you doing?
We gotta make sure the ship is sunk. So we should probably just wait until it's sunk.
Yeah,
Just to make sure.
and then peace out.
You like knocked on the thing's fucking toast, right? The machine?
Agreed. And if the ship sinks, they will be unable to recover it.
Perfect.
We got any whales in the area that could just ram the bottom of it?
What are
no,
the
that
other ships in the area doing?
Actually, this could be a way to lure the druid whale if he is if they attempt to use him to recover this device.
That's not a bad idea.
Julia, now that you guys are focusing on the rest of the fleet, you do hear this soft chiming of some bell just going ding, 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 ding. It's like it's echoing around you. Unfortunately, you don't have true sight, so you can't really see. You can just hear that it's like there's muffled yelling and bells ringing in the distance.
Okay.
Of the other ships that we checked out, would we know which one seemed like they were building something more important?
There were 2 of the other ships that looked like they were making some sort of climbing or wall like hopping apparatuses. You didn't really like, I mean, one looked like a ladder, the other one looked like a hook of some sort, but you didn't really investigate them further. But 2 of the 6 ships were working on something else.
Alright, Magma, if I bring you over there, do you want to upcast that firestorm on one of those?
I can do that one more time.
Knocked on, you want to maybe hit the other one? Because there was 2 of them that were building seemingly important things.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything that can do that?
So the shatter count?
Probably. I mean, just even knocking over a mast or something just to fuck them up.
Yeah, slow him down.
I can certainly fuck them up, as you say.
All right, perfect. Shall
Alright.
we? And away we go. Wait, where's
So with Finn holding who? Magmore or
Yep.
Julia?
Magmore.
Yeah.
Magmore.
Finn holding Magmore, Nocturne holding Julia. You guys are gonna take off in a crescent arc towards let's call it, you're gonna head towards the grappling hook ship first. That was the first one you saw. They are scrambling. They've all have like moved away from their work bit or like whatever they are working on, and it looks like they are like starting to unfurl sails. And it looks like they're trying to like organize some sort of movement. Totally scrambling. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna fireball the big sail first.
Okay, nice. It's halfway up as you.
I'm gonna find because I can place these cubes wherever I want. I'm gonna cube all their sails.
Hold on, let me take a look. I'm pretty sure that they have to be connected to each other, but let me check.
All of them?
They
Yeah.
just have, yeah,
like,
like
you're connecting them like a line. You
I
can't.
got
Yeah,
you.
they just have
it can
to
be like
touch it.
corner to corner.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't put like one here, one here. You know.
Okay, no, I got you.
Yeah. So, but you could definitely concentrate them all into one or like one of the other sails to
Yeah,
like.
for sure.
Yeah. So with the fireball, the firestorm, you guys watch this other ship start to light up in flames, and everyone started now confused. They're dropping shit, looking around, going, what's happening? Eyes to the sky, pivot, what's going on? And like they're so panicked and so covered in smoke and soot and fire that you guys seem to be relatively out of the way. Roll stealth checks for me though. Just have fun. Good. Not good. Nocturne.
It's I closed it. Sorry.
Do 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 do. 23.
All right. So unfortunately, Magmore ruined it for everybody. As you
Well,
guys are,
Knockdown and I were going the other way, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So you guys were like doing one of these.
Yeah.
Okay. So Magmore and Finn are gonna get spotted as like you're starting to light up. Some guy like runs over to the edge, is coughing, looks up and goes, "Hey, what's that in the sky?" As he points like right around your general area. He's like, this guy's flying up there, and he's like now scrambling for something on his hip as he takes out a pistol, cocks it, just is gonna take one like wild shot at you guys. Yeah, you can hear it whistle by far away from you.
Yeah, I was gonna shield, but that wasn't even close.
Yeah, it's just it goes so bad. Movement.
Yes.
All right, so now where are you going?
Towards the other ship where the other two are.
Okay, so you make your way towards where the ladders are, Julia and Magmore, as you watch one of the ships just be engulfed in flames from a firestorm and a fireball. What's your plan?
Okay, we can't let him
I'm-
show us up.
I'm going to pull out a spool of wire and say, Julia, attach this to an arrow, please.
She'll tie it up.
And now, when we get close enough, please fire it onto the mast.
You got it. She just like pulls back.
A lightning rod.
You know where I'm going with this.
Wasn't hard to figure out. All right.
So like you see the arrow go shooting out, and I just like kind of hold on a little spool on the wire, just like,
Yeah.
and it lands, and so like I snip it off. I say, okay, tie this onto another arrow, please,
She ties it.
and now fire it directly up into the sky.
Okay. All right.
And
First
so
off,
towards the mast. Towards the
Julia, could you
Yeah.
roll to hit the mast?
Yeah.
mast.
How
Okay.
far away are you currently?
Definitely
It would
within
be within
320 feet.
Yeah,
Or
within
definitely
normal
within
range.
80 feet. That's normal
Yeah,
range.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming you're not trying to have disadvantage. So with a 15, yes, you were able to boom right on the mast.
I'm sure that there was somebody in the crow's nest who got a little distracted, but and then I say, shoot it in an arc above the mast now. And as she shoots it, it doesn't matter if she hits anything with it. I'm going to cast Call Lightning
Okay.
and center it over the mast so that it,
Alright.
in theory, will follow the wire to the mast and make the mast
Here's what I'm
explode.
gonna have you do. So Julia, you hit the mast. Now, can you roll a
That's cool.
dexterity roll your dexterity modifier and add your proficiency bonus to see if you can line it up correctly.
Okay. Dexterity 5, proficiency 5. Okay, so plus 10.
You have to beat a. I'll give it a. I'll make. It's kind of difficult, so I'll say you gotta beat a 16.
Oh shit. Womp womp wow.
So, you guys watch as the arrow goes up, knocked, and you're like, "That looks great." You call lightning. Unfortunately, it catches the arrow, but that arrow will redirect it not at the mast, but just like 20 feet off the side as it. You just blow up some like dude who was like scrambling to like get the ladder. Unfortunately, he was also holding like a metal rod that was going to be attached to the ladder, so he just and he's just like fried there, and then just falls down rigid.
God.
I mean, I'm not that mad about that one, but I guess.
Me neither.
Why were we
Why-
working on metal?
Why is
I'm
that-
going to
That's weird.
Call lightning you can just keep doing, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast it again, and I'm going to attempt to like pinpoint where I want it to come down.
yeah, you can with the second lineup. There's no roll. There's no nothing. You can as it connects with the mast, and you watch as it like as it hits, it dances down it, and as it dances down it, it like ricochets off parts of the side, and as it ricochets, pieces of the
Yeah,
mast are blasting
the different
off
metal bands start glowing hot.
until you hit the bottom, and then it just floats, and then kind of like ruptures out of one side, and you just hear this. Ropes are holding it barely in place off like maybe like a 30-degree angle, but it's still holding on.
Can Julia try and shoot the
What's going
ropes?
on? All right, go ahead, roll hit.
Alright, I'm sure this is not easy.
Also roll stealth checks, everybody. You too.
I don't know. I mean, are we even
Oh, we
stealthy
weren't really
anymore?
trying that
Yeah, are we
way.
trying to be stealthy?
Are you
Yeah,
trying-
no.
Okay, you correct me if you're not.
No,
being
I
stealthy.
think we've given up
Yeah,
that
no, we're
attempt
definitely
at
not
this
being
point.
stealthy.
Okay. All right.
We're just standing. We're just like floating in midair, just watching. It's like,
Yeah.
this is sick.
All right, Julia, if you're trying to snip the lines, roll.
I rolled a
Roll some-
31.
Yes, I didn't see that. Yeah, that you're.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
like swings down, still attached by one, and then slams into one of the other masts. And you watch like not the main part of it, but the parts that come across that hold the sail snap and go completely crooked, tearing the sail as it moves.
Oh, perfect.
Now, people are
That looks so much cooler than Oz.
people are just screaming, "What's going on? What? We got bullied up in the air! Grab pistols!" And you just hear like just. We're gonna take some disadvantage shots here.
Oh, time for us to go.
So Julia, 15 to you, knocked an 11. I know doesn't hit you. Does that hit?
Yeah.
16 armor class.
Nice. So it just barely misses your shoulder, and yeah, that might be time to go.
Should we check on the middle ship and then get out of here?
That seems wise.
Yeah, just to make sure.
It is slowly bubbling up and like 3/4 of the way below.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're good to go, fellas.
It's
All right.
still
And lady.
Julia like just happens to look up to where like she's hanging onto my legs or whatever, and she sees me like grinning from ear to ear. Well, I should say half grinning because I only have half a mouth anymore. But you see me like with this weird like grimace, like creepy, like.
Yeah, that was fun. Haven't had a nice day like that in a while.
Nocton doesn't know how to smile.
All right, ready to get back and oh shit, I wonder how they're doing on the beach. I'm sure they're fine.
Oh yeah.
No idea.
Well, sure we'll find out tomorrow.
All right. So, teleporting out.
Mhm.
Cool. You find yourselves back on the Terror of the Deep.
What time is it?
Okay, so you teleported, you explored. You're probably cresting around 4 o'clock.
I'm gonna sending whoever was at the beach and ask them how they're doing.
Who specifically? Ishkar?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you saying?
It's called the boats. 3 boats in the harbor were taken care of. How does the beach look? How are you doing?
You hear a panting. We're good. We lost a good amount of men, half of them. We took out 2 spawn. 3 of us aren't feeling good. We're headed back.
Copy that. What do you mean? Well, I'll relay that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They won, but they lost half their men, and apparently 3 of them are not feeling very well. I don't know exactly what that means, so I suggest we keep an eye on them when they get back.
All right. I
That is
guess we'll,
likely fog sickness.
Yeah.
Guess we'll find out tomorrow, right? When we bring more troops.
Right.
Maybe you want to check on her before we go tomorrow, just to make sure she's still there, in case we need to bring another commander.
Yeah.
I believe we would have to answer to Ishkar's partner if anything happened to her, correct?
Right.
Goody.
And he does really well with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Very calm.
Exactly
in
my
most
point.
situations.
Very tame, calm
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, he's the calmest
Yeah.
person we've ever met. You know?
I mean, we
I'm-
did offer help and suggestions, and she said, "Don't tell me what to do." So I feel fine with.
I'm still just disappointed I have not been able to use this delicious sword.
Yet. Yeah, it's still unbloodied. But you guys, since it's 9:30, we will call it a day. You guys start to get yourselves sort of ready for the mock captains meeting before you guys get to bed.
If you want to just blow through that, we can just take the terror right to the Cheap Trick.
Okay. Would you guys like me to fast track the mock captains meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
It goes fairly. So you go around. You all sit down. It looks like Adrian. It has a little bit of a buzz on. So he's like kind of slurring his words a little bit, smiling. But so here's the suggestions. Captain Adrian says to stop the fleet completely and search for Thaddeus. Phantasma says that they should double back and hide until they can figure out what to do. Captain Rain says they should just give up because it seems hopeless. Because what are you guys going to do against the fog?
We're gonna get in a screaming match over that.
Yep.
It's and she is like she's basically saying like her sentiment is how many more people do you want to lose until we can and until this is settled? All of them? Are you willing to sacrifice all of those people? Is everyone's life that meaningless to you? Like she is just like she's getting like heated. You can tell she's like kind of using a little bit of like losing her sister to her advantage because she actually is like starting to pull tears and she's like, fuck you, you're gonna lead us to fucking disaster, and I can't believe I even signed up for this. And she just blows out of the room completely, just like stomping out. Everyone kind of looks around.
And Finn's just gonna be like, She needs space. Just give her her space.
Well,
She'll be fine.
and you hear a big. "Brrr." Well, we've never been more in sync. As like Adrian's just sitting there. I say we go drink and sleep this off. We'll know what we want in the morning. You guys, I'll say one of you rolls a high enough insight check to see that he's playing this up a little bit.
Mm.
But he's fairly convincing as a fake drunk. And then I'll say that Riley is he tells you guys that he actually has friends in where am I going? Friends in New Hope Landing that if you guys could go there, you could pick up 3 or 4 more ships full of men. All very clearly much lies.
Mhm.
You guys can end your little captain's meeting fairly convincing to the roles that you were trying to play.
I think Finn's gonna throw some suggestions and like fake subterfuge and be like, well, look, he's going to be expecting us to do this, so we're gonna have to do this and that and this and that and the other thing, and we're gonna have to keep it completely concealed and blah blah blah, like that type of thing.
Oh yeah, and you even like Phantasm like shh, he might be listening. Shh.
Okay.
But you guys can leave that meeting feeling fairly confident with yourselves, and you hop on the Terra Deep, take it to the front of the line. You guys start to rest, put your heads down for a long rest.
Before we go to bed, I'm going to go find Phantasma and
Yeah.
say, if you have the chance, can you have some of your aquatic acquaintances perhaps find the location of the large volume of Mysium that is now at the bottom of the ocean in Eden when this is when it is safe?
Yes, I can absolutely do that when it's safe. When they're currently being used to do some scouting.
Mm.
Understood. I just it exists. I highly doubt that anything will be able to move it, but that will be likely the fastest way to know its exact position.
Well, Nocturne, I absolutely can help you with that. So you know what? I'm going to have you ask them yourself to make sure that they're okay with it.
Yeah, understood.
They're
I'm
very.
like clearly uncomfortable.
Don't worry, they're a nice crowd once you get used to them. But
Two-
I
Nocturne, I have 2 questions for you
Yes.
before we go to bed. One, should we have kept that ship and the battering ram?
Mm. Well,
Perhaps. I believe that the quality of the work was dubious at best, and it would have needed a significant amount of redesign and engineering.
Okay, that's fair. 2, how many spell slots do we need in this engine? Because I have some extra.
oh yeah, I can put some in there before we go to bed too.
I was assuming we all just blow all of our spells into it before.
Yeah, I think in order to get back to where we were, it would be basically.
okay.
Yeah, I got 2
So-
3s, 3 2s, and 4 1s.
The one other note, Finn, is that even if we were to have acquired said battering ram and it did not need any additional work to function, I am not entirely sure what its intended purpose was or how it would be useful against Thaddeus.
The big boat he's building,
Perhaps.
or the city, whatever the fuck
Should
he's
we-
building. He's building something.
Should we find the time before we meet Thaddeus and his large ship, I believe that we could likely recover the remnants of it, and I could likely use the Mysium pressure chamber to create some sort of device that we could use to our advantage.
Is anybody else around us right now?
Phantasma is.
All right. I'm gonna pull Phantasma and Nocturne into Nocturne's lab and close the door behind us.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
open up some valves and stuff so there's some hissing noise.
Can you turn this ship into a battering ram? Rather, can you turn this ship into an explosive missile?
I can turn this ship into a very fast, large mass that would certainly detonate upon impact.
All right. Just thinking of last-ditch efforts should we need that option.
And you see me sort of like reach behind me and rummage around in a drawer. And I go, oh, there it is. And I like literally pull out a sketch where I'd already like designed a chamber into the front of the Terror of the Deep that's empty that can be loaded with explosives.
Nice.
Can always count on you. Hopefully it doesn't come to this, but we
What am,
are floating in a giant, massive weapon. Should we need that option?
undetectable massive weapon.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I would rather.
I do not think that the Midium would be particularly useful in that instance. In fact, it would only add some density that we could certainly add using other cheaper materials. And besides, I need that Midium for my experiments.
Could you build a new Terror of the Deep with Mitium?
Well, almost certainly, but that would take a significant amount of time and
Maybe
probably
About 10
more
times.
than one lab equivalent or more advanced than Xander's.
Okay, that's
I would
fair.
say Xander's could handle it. Your main
Way more lithium.
hurdle for that project would be getting the amount of Mizium.
Yeah, and moving it.
Yeah. So like building it, that's cake. It's getting the shit. Wow.
Could
It's like,
certainly plate it in Mizium, but we will keep this in mind, and I will, now that I know sufficient quantities exist in this realm, I will begin planning.
All right. So you're the smart guy. Do you see any angles being missed at the moment?
I am still confused as to what the siege machinery that was being built on the ships was for.
I think
Yeah,
he
me
was. I think you guys are overthinking this. It looks like he was going to knock down the fucking door
To eat
door
it,
to what?
you mean?
to eat it.
Oh, but why?
I don't know.
I feel as though it may have just been to distract us.
They could get
Why
into
would you make such a crazy piece of machinery to distract?
Yeah, and of that
Seems
material.
like a very high sunk cost.
They could
Are
get
we
into Eden so
missing-
easily.
Are we missing something important that exists inside of Eden?
I don't know. It's always. I mean, the continent of Irium is kind of like it's one of the newer, younger ones. So, I mean,
I have a question that could be a
Oh.
crazy question.
Go ahead.
Could Thaddeus be trying to get into the underwater city?
No.
I don't think he even knows about that. Gnosi is a legend lost to time.
If he is able to acquire Mizium in this plane or in another plane,
But you
it
know
is
how
not unheard of.
Nocturne, roll a history check for me.
you know how long it took us to get there, and we had somebody to guide us.
Nocturne, you remember way back when you were on Octheon talking to Naomi, the artificer that was linked to some of the mines of Mizium that existed in Viomacania. So you know that Mizium there are mines, but the only ones that you know of that would exist above the surface are in Viomacania.
All right. Well,
Oh.
I'd say that's about
None
bedtime.
of this spells good news in my mind, but we will have to think about it.
Exactly.
Yes. Once this is over, you have my word. We'll figure out your shit. But we got to figure out Magmal's shit too, and the whales.
I'm less worried about
A lot of
mine
shit.
and more worried about what Thaddeus is planning.
That too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about after.
I
After
should.
we
The
dispose.
the whales had nothing to report. They didn't see anything north of anything, so he must have only seen the bottom of the fleet.
Well, no news is good news.
So exactly.
Well,
But I'm getting kind of tired. Can I go to bed?
Yeah.
yeah, same.
All right. So, you guys lay your heads down for a nice long rest. However, Finn.
Yep.
You hear in your head. You want to play games? Let's play games. And as he says this, you kind of like your eyes open a little bit and you look over, you catch the rapid fire light of the intermast just fucking going nuts. And you instinctively get up, throw your hand onto it, and you hear a panicked Captain Adrian, guys, he's fucking here! And that's where we ended.
Oh,
Shit.
wow.
Nice.
TPK, here we come. Let's go.
And you guys just were like, oh yeah, let's dump all our spells into the engine. And I'm sitting here going like, oh no.
It's fine.
All right, cool. So that's perfect. We'll end it there. We'll pick back up with whatever chaos is about to ensue. And you guys can hopefully figure out what's going to happen, solve this fucking problem. We'll pick up. I don't know about next week, but we'll play it by ear. Probably not going to do it back to back. We'll just do one. So keep your eyes and ears open to see if we're on Wednesday or Thursday. But until then, stay safe.